Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Esports Hour with your hosts, Dave and Adam.
And Mike O'Connor.
And Mike O'Connor.
As the stream already knows. Welcome,
everyone. What are you doing here?
Mike is a freeloader.
Yes.
This might come as a shock to everyone, but we had some last-minute shenanigans getting everything working. We actually had a very elaborate second camera setup going, but unfortunately, it was one of those disposable cameras, and it didn't really... Needless to say...
You're tearing up.
I'm really mad right now. Yeah. Excuse me, I'm salty right now.
Yes.
Or no, it's esports. I'm angry.
You're mad.
I'm angry.
Well, there's a lot of synonyms.
I'm dissatisfied.
Okay.
So, but anyway, here we are, and this is going to be the best gosh darn esports hour of all time.
I hope so.
Look at the set.
The set's pretty great.
You tell me, right? Is
Yeah.
this legit or is this legit?
It is legit. We can only go down from here.
Well, no, well, I hope not, because we were supposed to be above where we are right now.
We were.
And then
look what happened.
Team GFB got in the way.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Not good. Not good.
Here we go. So that's the I believe we call that the show intro.
Right.
In our production notes.
Right. So we skip that, and we go straight into the rest of the production notes. What do you got? What's happening?
So what
are we talking about? This is a show.
Let's do it real big.
What are those?
These are my... I couldn't think of jokes. That's all I got. All right.
Okay.
So we got a little rundown of the show for you. Let's first give you the rundown, then we'll get into the deets, the juicy deets.
What are you guys here to see? You guys are here to see Divekick updates. It's been a long time coming.
It's been a long time.
Wow.
And during that span, it turns out Divekick has accumulated some awards, Adam.
Really?
Many, many awards.
Preposterous.
Nothing you've probably heard of, but a lot of really good stuff, and a lot of even better nominations.
Yeah, it's actually really, really awesome.
So
the team knocked it out of the park, and we got some cred.
For example, did you know whose Destructoid Fighting Game of the Year was?
I think you're gonna tell me.
It's Divekick.
Wow, didn't see that coming.
It's Divekick. Do you know? Oh, then we go into the E3 awards. We gotta do.
Those are old.
We have a bunch of E3 awards.
Yeah, we were really good.
We
at
put all the
E3.
winning ones first, but you know, E3, who cares? Except, no, actually, Machinima, EGM, and PSU, and Gamer Theory. Thank you very much for your E3 award. I don't want to disparage your fine institutions
Thank you, gentlemen.
nor your awards. We appreciated them at the time. Less now, but at the time, definitely we appreciated them.
Sure.
On several lists, I don't know if this is like, what's your lucky number, Adam? What would you say it is?
Mine's usually 7, but I'm apparently wrong.
Yeah, I think your lucky number is 8.
I believe so. Yeah.
Because on 3 highly esteemed websites, we were the number 8 overall game of the year, regardless of platform or category.
Right. That one's very interesting because no other fighting game appeared on any of those lists.
It's weird. It's almost like we've got really passionate fans.
That's right.
And then people who didn't play it assumed it was something else. It's
Sure.
almost like that.
It's almost like that. Yeah. It's a soccer game, right?
So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Giant Bomb, Ars Technica, and Amazon.com editors top 10. And I guarantee you this. Listen up, you guys. That's where I would have sworn, but we're esports now, so I'm not going to swear.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, Amazon, da 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 da. I think we sold like 5 copies on Amazon, so it's definitely not because we were generating a whole bunch of revenue.
That's pretty great. Up top.
It's because they love it. It's because they love it.
Nailed it.
Amazon.com. By the way, their web services are very powerful. If you're thinking about hosting a website, if you're a small business who needs to integrate enterprise class storage solutions, I'm going to say Amazon is the one for you. Let me take a quick drink out of my Pepsi Max.
What does your mug say? What is that?
I heart Canadian Tires.
You love Canadian Tires.
Well, that's my other. It's contractual.
Okay.
But yes, I love them.
Got it.
Favorite games of 2013. This wasn't a numbered list.
Okay.
But the AV Club loves us.
Very cool. Love those guys.
By the way, yes.
Yes.
So The Onion used to actually be printed on newspapers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, you're that old
I'm
too?
old enough to have seen that.
Nice. And we were nominated for the Spiked VGX Awards as well as the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences Awards, who presented DICE nominated.
Yeah.
Kind of knew we were going to get bodied at that one when the intro at DICE, they roll the intro, and there's like Injustice is in there like 5 times in the clips.
A lot.
And not a Divekick clip.
Not even one, no.
But you know what? This thing messes with you. Because we knew we were losing. We knew, by the way, we knew before that we were losing.
Right.
Because we're smart guys.
Yeah.
But then, even so, it's like you're sitting at the table, you're waiting, it's like, you know, just in case, we should prepare something to say. And so you start thinking about it in your head. Then it's like, if you can visualize it, if you can see it,
maybe it can happen.
You can do it.
Yeah.
And then when that montage, and guess what? Oh, here's another thing too.
So Felicia Day comes out, right?
Yeah.
She's like, this is the first of 3 montages.
Yeah.
Montages, interesting. So they give away the next 3 categories.
The awards no one cares
in
about.
a montage, right?
Yeah.
The awards no one cares about. We're not going to take our time to even talk about these or listen to the people who won them.
But please
forget about it.
Hold your applause until the montage ends.
Right.
Please.
This group of 3 winners only deserves 1 applause, not 1 each.
And so we were in the 3rd montage, which is probably the worst montage.
Well, right after the first montage, you leaned into me and you were like, we're going to lose in a montage, aren't we?
Yeah. And the only thing worse than losing an award is losing in a montage.
Yeah.
When no one can even clap for
you
and,
that's
and
pretty awful.
give you props.
But it's an honor just to be nominated.
It's crummy. It's crummy.
It's an honor just to be nominated.
It is an honor. It's the best nomination money can buy.
Right.
I can tell you that much right now. Did I say that out loud, or was I just thinking?
You said that out loud. Yeah, it's over for us.
And also, I think this isn't an award per se. Well, it's kind of an award. But one of the funnest things we did this year, we were featured at IndieCade in the esports.
That was awesome.
That was really fun.
That was really, really fun. I had a great time at that show.
Feeling the indie love.
Yeah.
That was fun.
If you guys are ever in the area for an IndieCade, you got to head out.
I'm going this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
IndieCade East.
Nice.
Guess who I'm going to see?
A lot of great people, probably.
I'm going to see our boy, 108.
Nice.
We're going to play some video ball.
He's not good.
I'm going to skill up.
Yeah.
I'm going to skill up.
He's not as good as he says he is.
All right. But anyway, thank you everyone for the support. In summary, this is all amazing. It's awesome if people like a game you do for once, because that never happens to me.
That's great.
It's I'm glad I had to rope you into this to
Stick with me,
feel
kid.
the love. It's good. I'll take it however I can get it. Mike, what do you think about that? Just kidding. Don't care.
You're talking to my mic.
So that concludes the self-fellatio segment.
That was pretty good.
Hey, don't do that. This is esports.
Huh? You just... Oh.
No, I said a fancy word, though. I didn't, make a crude gesture. We'll have to... Chase, can you mosaic that out? Nope. Okay, we're going to keep rolling.
Chase sucks. Oh, man.
Chase, let's throw it to the rooftop camera. We've got Chelsea with a live weather report on the roof talking about the snow.
It's been awful, yeah.
You got the...
Can you get the cam up, please?
Got the camera up for us? We want to go live to the Sears Tower in the background.
This is a train wreck. Nothing works.
Wheels are really falling off this wagon.
Yeah.
Spend all this money on this.
Yep.
All that sweet, sweet Amazon money. I mean, wait.
All right, shake it off.
Okay.
All right, we'll stick it with the one camera show, Chase.
All right. What's next on the agenda?
Jesus.
Oh, there's real news on the agenda.
Okay,
next.
agenda. Yes.
Here's what you're here to hear about.
Yeah. So now, by the way, actually, what you tuned in here for. Let's talk about what we're doing with Divekick going forward.
Yeah, let's do that. So Divekick is coming to new platforms.
Yes, we've already announced through various kind of random outlets we're bringing to PS4.
Right.
We're bringing to Xbox One.
Awesome.
But we gave no other details.
Right.
And tonight we are pretty much going to provide not many other details.
But we'll give you a little bit.
A little taste. So Adam, are we doing anything? Are we just pooping out a port?
No.
Are we just going to drop this turd on the street and walk away, or what are we doing?
So we don't have a date yet or anything like that.
Okay.
But we're getting closer. There are going to be some new features.
Why don't we have a date? Let's let people inside the gates of game development. Why don't we have a date?
Because we don't know when we're going to be done.
Why is that?
Because we're busy.
No.
No, the game is done when it's done.
No. It's because Adam keeps adding things.
It's not true.
Oh.
That's not true.
Adam keeps
That's
adding
not
things.
true.
We know that from the original.
Adam keeps
true.
adding things that add little value.
They
to
call
the
me
game.
feature creep around
Yeah.
here.
Well, I'll call you half of that ain't bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so PS4,
Feature,
Xbox
yeah.
One. What are we doing to this baby? What are we doing?
So we're going to add some console-specific upgrades that you would expect using some of the cool things that the PS4 and the Xbox One can do.
Okay.
But beyond that, we are also going to add at least one new stage
At least one.
and at least one new character.
At least one.
At least one.
That's impossibly uncommittal. I
Well,
love it.
That's what I got for you today.
So you're saying maybe 8. So you're saying maybe 8.
I'm saying at least one.
Right. Okay.
One or more.
One or more.
Yes.
Okay. What else are we doing?
We're not doing cross-buy.
Why are we not doing cross-buy?
Well, the reason we're not doing cross-buy is because everything that we add to the next-gen version of the game will also be available in the current-gen versions of the game at absolutely no charge. Completely free.
We're going to patch them in for PS3,
Gonna patch
for
it in.
Vita, for
you already,
Steam?
Right, you already own the game for PS3, Vita, or Steam. You're going to get all the next-gen updates, 100% free. You don't have to pay anything.
That's pretty generous.
It is. But
just
if you
gonna
want
throw
the
this out
next-gen
there.
version, you just got to buy the next-gen version at the normal price.
Okay. I guess that's basically, all jokes aside, like, we have the Xbox One.
Yeah.
We have the PS4.
Yep.
There's no way for, like, a Xbox One person to opt in.
Right.
Right? And it didn't seem fair to them to do the PS4. But at the same time, then it didn't seem fair to everyone that already supported us to lock them out of that content.
Yeah.
So I think this is kind of a good compromise where we can actually, you know, we're investing more money in the game. We need to make some money for doing that.
Yeah.
But it's still, if you're not in the PS4, you still get all the content for free.
Right. So free DLC, but you got to buy next gen if you want it.
So we're in there like swimwear.
Awesome.
All right.
Hopefully that makes the good people happy.
Ramon, got any good questions so far? Throw it to Chase. Throw it to camera 2 on Ramon. Throw it to camera 2. No,
man.
That's not working either.
Completely breaking my heart.
Whoa, there's camera 2.
Ramon, what do you got?
Nothing. Everyone seems to be pretty happy about the situation.
That's good.
That's good.
The
So
people
far,
are
so
happy.
good.
Well, that's a first.
So brace yourself.
And you know what else?
What?
The Third Strike online patch came out today.
No, you don't even say that out loud. It's not, because wait till it's out on 362.
Okay.
So, but now that you brought it up,
We're almost there.
we finally got the patch out.
Yes.
We finally got the patch out for Third Strike Online
Yeah.
Edition, Marvel vs. Capcom Origins for PSN.
Yep.
Worldwide for PSN.
Woohoo.
And 360 version is which is sitting in approvals right now.
Yeah.
So that'll be soon too.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for keeping me honest via email and Twitter. This is honest Abe Lincoln talking.
Right.
We literally gave the patch to Capcom 14 months ago.
Yes.
And we've been kind of struggling to get them to get it out, and you know, so that's what it's been about. I think I've expressed this on Twitter, some frustration with this. I get why people were bent about it.
Yeah.
But it's not our fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that believable when I said it like that?
Yeah, it was.
Did I just say that out loud, or did I think it?
Well, I think the general sentiment in the wild is, why are you losers working on X instead of Y? Where
Yeah.
Y is the patch. But it's like, hey, the patch was done a long time ago. It's out of our hands.
Yeah.
We got to do something to fill our time. We can't just sit around on a couch next to people not talking like Mike O'Connor.
As much as we'd love to.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just like,
So,
I miss your Musk.
so yeah, we also not talking about a date yet, as you mentioned.
Not talking about a date yet.
Hopefully, we'll be able to talk about a date pretty soon.
We're getting close to narrowing down the synergies of the full potential of, of a release date announcement.
And then above and beyond that, what we're really here to talk about tonight, that will also be part of the next version,
Really?
is this massive balance update we're going to
Massive.
get into tonight. I call it massive.
It is pretty big.
It's a lot of information.
But before we talk about the balance changes, let's talk about something really, really close.
Okay.
A tournament called SoCal Regionals 2014.
SCR to the.
Are you going?
I'm going.
Are you competing?
I'm bodying fools.
I got money on you
That's to do what?
to lose. Yeah.
Okay, smart, real smart. By the way, listen. So this, first of all, this tournament's stacked.
This tournament
Yes, Divekick
is ridiculously stacked. This is as stacked as Frosty Fausting's was.
Outside of me,
Yeah.
we've got
Mean
Adelheid
Salt-
Stark.
Adelheid Stark, best S kill in the world. Mean Saltine, one of the best dives or kicks or whatever. Markman's. What does he play now?
Plays
He's-
Markman.
He's pretty good.
He's a counter pick.
Okay.
A word
So
I'm not going to
he's-
say because we're esports. tonight.
Yeah, he's a B.
He's bitch made.
Yes,
I just
he's,
said
he's
it.
a bitch.
Okay.
All right. Did you beat him last tournament, right?
I lost him in grand finals.
Oh,
but
okay. Sorry to bring that
he
up.
counter-picked me,
Yeah.
and then so he picked Mark Van versus my dive.
Yeah, sure.
Lost 2-0 pretty decidedly. I counter-picked Shoals, beat his Markman with my Shoals, and he thought that was hilarious or something. And then he picked Kick and bodied me. And
Right.
yeah. But anywho,
Right.
we've also got Karahime. Karahime's going right.
Is he confirmed? I don't
know
know if he's confirmed. I know Sanchez is confirmed.
Sanchez
is probably the best dive kick player. I don't think he's lost a dive kick tournament yet, and he plays kick most of the time, but he'll also occasionally bring out Dabaz.
Okay. And another thing kind of notable about this tournament, SCR,
Yes.
is this is the last tournament on current balance.
Correct. This will be the final dive kick 1.1 tournament, and after SCR, we're going to launch the balance changes
Shortly after.
shortly after.
And also, by the way, if you guys are in the SoCal area or you like traveling to tournaments or whatever, you like dive kick, you've never been to a fighting game tournament, whatever it is, you are incentivized to go because we have a pop bonus in play.
Yeah, we got a pop bonus in play. It's an extra $500 split between the top 3, and beyond that, if you make top 8, we're going to give you free swag. We're
tell
going to
me.
give you plushies, dive kick plushies.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any better.
That's right. So if you're good enough to make top 8, which should be everybody, because dive kick's easy, right?
Give me a plushie tier list.
Plushie tier list. Number 1, Mr. N.
Mr. N.
Obviously.
Number 2.
Number 2,
Mr. N.
Mr. N, yeah. Number 3,
Zip down, Mr. N.
yeah, with some of your hair cut
Yeah.
off, taped to his chest.
Yeah.
You can actually unzip him and sign his chest too. It's
Not
really
Dave's
nice.
hair though. That's too
No,
precious.
No,
he doesn't have a lot left.
Hey, well, I could grow more. I elect not to.
Sure.
I think this is going to be a big thing in 2 years.
This thing that you've got going on right now. So one other thing about SoCal Regionals. That's really cool.
Well, what's that? What's one more? I think it's not one more.
I'm going.
Oh, you're going.
You're
too?
going. Jabailey's going.
Whoa.
Guess what we're bringing.
Whoa, slow down. Jabailey's going?
Yeah. He's not a threat. He's just going to help us out.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the cool thing about SCR, if you're going to be in the area, and another reason you should come, is we're actually going to bring a couple test kits out with the balance changes.
Yeah.
So you will be the first people on the planet outside of Iron Galaxy Studios to get to put your hands on the balance patch.
Yeah, so all the changes we're going to go over today, you'll get to try them out first at SCR. Not in tournament, but just inside.
That's right.
Yeah.
But if we have time, maybe we'll run a second.
That's only
tournament.
Saturday, right?
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and
Yeah.
Sunday? Okay.
So maybe Sunday, if we have time and they'll let us, we'll run a balance change tournament just for fun.
So one's, as they say, get hype.
Get hype.
Get hype for SCR.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be real good.
Okay. Now, do we give the people what they want?
Yep.
No, the answer is always no.
The answer is yes.
Okay, we give the people what
It's
they
time.
want. It's time to go over the balance changes.
What is Divekick AE? What do you think the AE stands for?
I think it's action erotica?
That's close. Roger had the best suggestion. It was actual esports.
Actual esports.
That's my
pretty
favorite
good.
one.
Yeah,
Are there
that's
any in the
pretty
chat that are good?
good. Do we have?
No.
There's a couple questions. So.
Oh, we got questions.
Let's go questions.
Let's do that.
So
Let's throw it to camera two, Chase. Go ahead, Ramon.
Sunri would like to know if the Jabonus is still in play.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to say, now that he's an employee of Iron Galaxy Studios, I'm going to mandate
Yes.
that the Jabonus is in play.
He pays it, right?
Yeah, it's out of his pocket.
There's no way you're winning a
just making
Divekick
sure.
1.1 tournament with that character anyway.
Well,
That's not
But
happening.
no, we want this to happen, though.
Yeah.
Because I might be matched up against him or something.
Yeah, we're keeping the Jabonus in play.
Bonus is in play.
After patch, too.
And then going through the rest of this list, will you guys be adding a social roleplay game feature like Farmville has? That's from Mr. Vec.
Well, we don't want to blow out too many of the additional content we've been talking about, but there will be a intense social focus on this next version of it. Basically, what we want is we want you to get on the Facebooks.
Yes. Heard of those.
We want you poking friends
Right.
and
That's
earning,
still a button.
and earning Divekick coins.
Yeah.
So we don't know how we're doing that yet.
DKC does not stand for what you think it stands for. It's
Divekick coins. Yeah, so we want you doing that. The rest of it we haven't really worked out yet.
Right.
So yes, there will be a Facebook and MySpace plug-in to play the game.
Yeah, the MySpace API is great.
Get
It's
hype.
really easy to
Oh,
work
so
with.
good.
It's really good. Anything else?
You get to play against Tom.
That's all you got right
All
now.
right, that's all
Thank
I've
you.
got. Let's do it. Let's go to the thing. Let's find out what Divekick AE stands for. Can we cut to the game?
There we go.
There it is. Let's hear it, everybody. Woo!
Edition.
Divekick edition.
Or Divekick AE.
Divekick AE. This will be launching sometime after SCR, but before the next gen versions of the game.
Yeah, it's a free update. Just next time you log in, it'll all just download and go.
Right.
Oh, well, not next time.
No, next
After
time
we launch.
after it launches. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So completely free, no cost to you. Yay, Iron
yeah,
Galaxy.
Just because we care.
So we took some polls on the interwebs. The first poll, we asked you what order you would like us to reveal the balance changes in, and we used your data to construct an order in which we will give you the characters, but we did not use the order that you suggested.
In summary, you people suck.
So
yeah.
the characters you really want to hear about are peppered in there instead of all at the front or all at the back.
Yeah.
That way, it's an engaging
Like,
program.
basically, we wanted you guys sticking around
Please stay.
for stream.
Who
who wants to
right.
hear about, because stream has got exciting
Oh, it's
changes.
amazing.
We don't want people tuning out before then.
And the balance changes for edition are a sum of all the parts. So
Yes.
if you just see one little thing and you leave, you're not really going to understand what we're doing here, which is truly unfortunate.
So this is the actual order. Is this the order?
That you have the order. We're going to read that?
Yeah, let's throw it up, Chase.
No, we have other polls we can put up. We got other
Oh,
polls.
never mind, Chase.
We're not reading that. That's okay. You go put up one of the other polls. The other polls were very interesting.
Chase, can we pull up that slide?
So we asked people who their main character in Divekick now was, and here are the results. And
I was surprised by a lot of this.
I was surprised by a couple things specifically. First, the staggering number of Jafali players. What's that about?
Do you think they're
Masochistic people.
Are they trolling the poll? Or do you
They
think
could be,
that's-
because, yeah, we'll see in the next slide how trolly they are. But what really shocked me was the extremely low number of redacted players.
Yeah, because Redacted's a killer.
Yeah, and I don't understand what that's about. Is it the play style? Is it the look of the character? I don't know. That was a weird one for
You
me.
know what it is? It's that no one wants to play as a lady.
Maybe.
That's what it is.
It's interesting
But
that the
then,
two
yeah.
non-humans are at the
I'm
bottom.
not just.
But
telling you
explain
what
Dr.
people
Scholl's
say.
being at the top then.
Yeah, Dr. Scholl's at the top. I knew we had you here for a reason.
Thanks, Mike.
My point.
So okay, bad theory.
Yeah, bad theory. But I expected Kick to be the most popular character well before launch, and I thought Shoals would be somewhere in the middle. So to see Shoals would be the most popular
Yeah,
character.
because I don't like.
I think it's a
Shoal-
combination of her strength and
She's just fun, right?
Yeah, she is. She's really fun.
Like it's like I know she's not like top tier. Well, she's not top tier the way I play her.
well,
anyway,
we'll
the way
see.
I play her.
Yeah, we'll see what the people think about that. In
But
our
like I
next
still like
poll.
playing her just because it's fun.
Yeah.
She's a fun character. But
Yeah, and I expected Sensei to be at the bottom and Kenny too because they're harder characters to use, right?
yeah. So then we also asked who is your
Who do you think is the strongest?
who do you think is the strongest
in
Who do you
current
go?
Divekick? And this poll, overwhelmingly, people thought Eskill was the strongest character.
Yeah. Understandably, right? Because
Yeah.
all the tournament performances and yeah.
So this poll was very interesting to me as well because it's not like making a tier list. You can't go through and rank everybody. You just
Yeah.
pick your one character that you think's the best.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, the top 6 pretty much matched up with my tier list for the original version of the game anyway.
Yeah.
Which was Eskill, Kick, then Shoals. They had that little, different than I thought. Then Markman and Dive and Baz. I think Baz is way better than most people think. Very interesting that, Eskill is so feared,
Yeah.
despite,
For sure.
Sanchez showing that Eskill
There's-
can be beaten.
If you use this discipline,
Yes.
yes, there's eminently beatable.
So we're going to put up some more questions for you tonight after the show. After we show you the balance changes, we're going to ask you who you think the strongest character in the new version will be and who your main character will be when the balance edition launches.
And we're going to put those on Divekick forums. We're going to save
Yeah,
them for the next show.
I'll tweet them out. We'll put them on the Divekick forums, and we're going to talk about the results on the next show.
Divekick forums are pretty legit, by the way.
Yeah, they are. Go to divekick.com, click the forums button. Great community there.
Shout out to everyone's favorite Swede, Roger Van Etten.
That's right.
For setting that up.
That's right.
God bless you from Stockholm, Sweden.
And the moderation staff on there, you guys are the best.
Yeah, it's not, well, I'm the best.
You're pretty good.
And Mike Ross is the best.
Yeah.
But mods are right. They're at the quick third, fourth, fifth slot.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's talk about
Seems
this.
like Mike
Let's
Ross
talk
should have
about the
four, though.
details.
Okay, here we go. Details times, peoples.
So I'm not as familiar with these changes as you are, Adam. So
Right.
I'm going to I'm going to come at this with, say, virgin eyes.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you some questions about these things.
All right. So let's, what's first?
First, we
Non-gameplay?
got non-gameplay.
Non-gameplay changes in Divekick Edition.
So traditional menu mode added. You can now control the menu screen with a D-pad like you have for the last 20 years.
Wow, that's a big change.
2-button mode is still also available and can be turned on in the options menu. That's pretty self-explanatory. I think I
Sure.
get that. I'm a smart guy.
Yeah.
Why do we do this, though?
We had a lot of people who said that using 2 buttons to control the menus despite holding an ordinary controller was not intuitive. And that was feedback we didn't really get at a lot of the shows we went to because we had the Divekick controllers
Yeah.
with just the 2 buttons, and it was very easy to figure out.
Yeah, like if you don't know anything about Divekick and you pick up the controller for
the first time, yeah.
it's this is one we should have caught in focus testing. But
Yeah.
this is why it's live bullets flying. You never know. Next one is everyone's gonna like this one. This one's gonna be popular.
Sure. We're back on the other slide. You're ahead of us. Don't look at these. Okay. Oh, man.
Blind select has been added to rank play. Choose quickly and in confidence.
Woo! Let's hear it for Blind Select.
Yeah, that's pretty hype. It's
about time.
Because bottom line, as it currently stands, counter pick heavy game.
It is a counter pick heavy game. It will be a less counter pick heavy game after you see these changes, but still, there's some counter picking that can happen.
Yeah.
And you wanna select with confidence. You don't want to wait for 15 seconds
wanna
to
know.
play a mini game on the character select screen.
Yeah, you want to know.
Just pick and go.
Just pick
15
and go.
seconds, that's a wasted round.
It is.
Yeah.
And you get to blind select your character, then it reveals both characters. Then you get to blind select your gems after knowing your opponent's character. So you get the double blind selection.
Double blind.
That's right.
We also have a list of bug fixes.
Yes, we do.
Stuff that.
But first, can we go to our eyes in the sky, our traffic copter cam?
Yeah, throw it over to Chelsea. Let's get an update on the weather. For those who don't know, it's been crazy snowy here in Chicago. Should I call it Shiberia? It's cold. It's nasty. No, that's still not up.
No,
That's still
no
not
traffic
on.
cam. Thanks, buddy. All right, bug fixes. General bug fixes for Divekick Edition. AE.
Okay.
What we got, Dave?
I don't know how we got through cert with this one. But the game now pauses when a controller is unplugged and replugged during gameplay. The game no longer unpauses when a controller is connected when the pause screen is active. Baffling we got through cert with that.
Yeah, that was a nuisance.
Menu sound effect now plays only once when entering any mode from the main menu. Game no longer prompts the player to set their kick and dive buttons, since 2-button navigation is no longer the default method of navigation. Does it give you that prompt if you did set that to your mode? So if
you will have already been in the game, so you'll set it to that mode, and then you'll be able to redefine your keys within the game.
Gotcha.
Not 100% sure on this, but I'm going to say it anyway. The idea is that if you already own the game and you patch, that it will already be on 2-button mode.
Okay.
But if you're a new user and you're installing for the first time, it will default to traditional mode.
That makes sense.
And you'll have to go in and change it to 2-button mode if you're using a 2-button device or if that's what you prefer.
I was already pre-cogging tweets from people.
Yeah.
Like, I thought you said 2-button mode was off, man.
Right.
Technically. And then
actually, dang.
Yeah. So thank you for the clarification.
Yes, that's the goal. See what actually happens.
Player is now able to go back to the main menu after entering either story or versus mode, which is great.
Hallelujah.
Because occasionally you hit the wrong menu item.
Yeah.
And then you're
screwed. You can't press back to go back because of the way our menus wait for both players to advance. But what you can do now is pause the character select screen and just go to exit and then start over. And it's really, really, really fast.
Yeah. Various sound effects and audio files that have been missing have been restored.
I don't know what that's about.
I don't know what that is
Who
either.
cares about that, right, Chase?
Chase, do you know what that is?
Actually, I don't.
So we don't know what that
Nobody
is.
here, including the audio guy, knows what audio has been restored.
And there's also one sweeping system-wide change that was made.
Really?
Yeah, that affects balance greatly.
Really?
I'm going to
A real balance change.
I'm going to read this.
Okay.
And you're going to lay it on me. You're going to explain to me why this was done.
Okay.
'Cause I don't get. I'm just reading this.
System
I
change.
don't get it. So style gem bonus is now 15% up from the original 10.
Wow.
Dive gem bonus remains at 6, and kick gem is at 12. All of these still say 10% on the gem select screen because we like it that way.
We do. It's less confusing.
Yeah.
So the idea, theoretically, is that the gems are all of even use. They're balanced. And if you tell people that one gives you a 12% bonus and another gives you 6 without ever playing the game, they're just like, oh, well, the 12's much better than the 6.
That bigger number.
Right. So they all just say 10%, even though that's not what the actual values were. And that's how it always was. So in vanilla Divekick, it was 6%, 12%, and 10. And now the style gem has been put up to 15% because we got a lot of feedback from you guys, the players, who said that you felt like you built meter faster with kick gem than with style gem. And I did some testing myself, and that wasn't actually true, but it was close enough to true that I felt like style gem needed a little something.
Yeah, it's a violation of the spirit of the gems.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Style gem was not balanced with the other two gems, in my opinion. I did use it in some matchups, but it is a much more valid choice now.
Yeah.
Especially when you see all the other changes.
You know who that helps?
It helps all the
guy.
peoples. You're a meter hog.
This guy.
You like to spend it.
Oh, I love fast fall. And that may be reflected in these balance changes. Who knows? We're going to see. So,
all right, let's do this.
The first character.
The first drum roll.
Not the first one you wanted to see, but the first one we're showing you.
Sure.
Is Uncle Sensei.
Uncle Sensei. Let's get the game started here after we read this screen. Let's read the screen first, actually.
So Uncle Sensei, he's higher than he ever was before. Adam,
really?
Do you want to explain that?
Uncle Sensei is higher than ever before. What you see here on the change lists are pluses and minuses. The pluses indicate things that we think are buffs, and the minuses things that we think are nerfs. For Sensei, his super jump, which is his ground special, the velocity's been increased by 8%. He goes a little bit higher now, and he gets up there a little faster. Using Stance Dance, which is his air special, to cancel one kick into another now adds velocity to each successive kick. So if you jump up real high and you Stance Dance 4 times, you go real fast.
That seems crazy.
It is crazy. But all velocities return to normal when you touch the ground. And his kick factor speed buff has been lowered by 12%. You'll actually see across the board we've lowered everybody's kick factor speed buffs.
Okay.
That's just kind of a thing we did with this change. I want to also say that the spirit of this change list is number one. The number one priority goal was there were a couple characters that people didn't feel it was fair to lose against. And we took major steps to kind of rectify that. And secondly, the other goal of this balance pass was to give all the characters new toys.
Yeah.
So no matter what character you play or what character you're going to play, you're going to have something fun and new to play with. And honestly, the game's a lot more fun now. It's awesome.
Which you want me to pick any?
Whatever
gender?
you want, man.
Whatever I'm feeling.
Yeah, I just want to show the velocity thing. The velocity thing is very, very subtle. He doesn't get a lot of extra speed when you stance, but if you do it a few times, it's pretty noticeable.
Okay.
Very, very subtle change for Sensei. The bigger change is probably the height and speed that he gets off of super jump being even higher.
So why don't you show off the new stuff,
Just-
and I'll
just
be the
stay out
one
of my
getting
way.
bodied.
Yeah.
Get bodied,
Wow.
son. Get bodied, son.
Come on.
Get bodied.
You're setting me back here.
I just can't turn it off.
Right. I just got to build up a little more meter. Okay, I'm going to super jump and then do it a whole bunch of times. You couldn't even see the speed because I killed you.
So I should get out. So
Trust me, he goes fast.
you told me to sit there.
I did. I'm sorry.
All right, next time I will not just sit there.
This is probably the worst character we could have started with.
Well,
Just because
that's-
it's not a very visual change.
This is the one you elected.
I know, I'm sorry.
So just kind of throw that out there.
You get the idea. He goes faster. It's nice. Enjoy it.
Okay.
Let's get out of here and go to the next character.
The next character on the list. Oh, we got some
Oh, questions. We got questions about Sensei. Right.
There were 2 questions that came up. First one from Mean Saltine wanted to know if it uses more meter. I'm imagining he's talking about the stances.
Exactly the same. If it's tell Mean Saltine, if it's not on the change list, it hasn't changed, son.
And then the other one was from Terratros. He wanted to know if there's new Sensei tips.
There are over 180 new Sensei tips. Great question.
What are we doing about those in the J SKU?
Nothing? They don't get new tips. They just get the old ones.
Seems like a problem. So
They haven't even
also,
announced that's happening.
One
Thanks.
thing we didn't announce yet, we're doing a Japanese SKU.
It's here for Dave, leaking stuff.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
the deal's almost signed.
Sure.
I
Divekick's
think-
coming out in Japan, probably.
Probably. It's the only country we've localized for.
Right.
So if you live in Brazil, get bent. Japan,
Or learn Japanese.
yeah, or learn Japanese. It's
Yes.
actually it's pretty good for you. I hear it's like a useful thing to know.
Yes.
All right. Next up on
Next
the
character.
list, Stream Monster.
Oh my god, I'm so glad this is next.
So-
I'm so pumped right now.
So walk me
That's a lot
through
of changes.
the good lovin' that Stream got.
Flavor text first, obviously.
Flavor text.
Monstering alone isn't nearly as fun as doing so with other monsters. Stream has invited his friends to play in his brand new Kick Factor mode. Read the
Wait,
changes for me,
It's a
Dave.
brand new Kick Factor. So Stream's glitch pop sound effects no longer plays when there's a round timeout. What is that? Like, what is that?
When he would do the little bing thing when there was timeout. It's not supposed to play. Now it doesn't play. It's a minor thing.
It's a buff. That sounds like a bug
It's
fix.
a buff. It's annoying.
Yeah, that's a bug fix.
Yeah, it's on the wrong list. Deal with it.
So this is pretty good so far.
secret's
So
fault.
far we showed Sensei first, and the first thing on the next guy is a bug
Is a
fix.
bug.
Not
It should have
but
been in the
flavor was
bug
a buff.
list. Yeah.
Excellent. Iron Galaxy Studios, everyone. Next, can now launch a second flame bait even if another is already active on screen.
Ooh.
Doing so will cancel existing flame bait.
Ah.
You can still only use one flame bait per jump.
And that's a nice buff for him because sometimes you want to reposition the flame you have out.
Right.
And previously you couldn't do that.
Yeah,
You had
just
to wait
gotta
till it was
wait for it to
gone,
go, yeah.
rebuild meter, and then shoot another one. So now if you have a lot of meter, you can actually take a ton of space from your opponent by jumping up, putting out a flame bait, coming into it, jumping up, putting out another.
And even
moving
probably
into
because
that.
they back up probably
They do,
too,
they do.
right?
People
and then,
respect
so then
it.
yeah, so then
Yeah.
you get to do it again to them.
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
Cool. I can see where that's useful.
It's good. It's really good.
Some instances of buffering bugs caused unwanted special moves have been fixed.
Occasionally you'd hit a button after Kick Factor popped or when
Yeah.
redacted hit stream and you would get really weird stuff happening. And most of that's been fixed.
Stream can now turn invisible. Can turn invisibility off manually by using Spooby Please again.
Yeah, so for all those people who accidentally triggered invisibility on the ground, now
Yeah.
you can turn it off. Get back to the
Yay!
ground. Usually when you get in an accident, you jump anyway,
Yeah.
and then you have to get back to the ground and turn it off, and you're already screwed anyway. But
So
with it.
this is the exciting one.
oh man,
This is the one that's the
Oh, God.
business. All right, so in Kick Factor, Stream no longer gets any speed buff.
What?
Instead, taking any basic action, jump, back jump, double jump, air jump, triple jump, salami jump, will summon a mini monster missile.
Oh, my.
This can be done every 90 seconds, or 90
90
frames,
frames.
sorry, during Kick Factor. His Kick Factor duration is now 10 seconds.
longest Kick Factor in the game.
Uh,
Have you seen these yet, O'Connor?
This is you wanted this in for the original game.
I did.
didn't you?
This was something that was supposed to happen in Divekick 1.0, but
Yeah, I think Adam-
we cut it because we ran out of time.
Yeah, you sprung it on us like the week before.
I sprung it on you
submission.
like 3 months before submission.
Not
I have
3 months.
proof. I have proof.
Email chains or GFB.
I have proof. Okay, I'm gonna build some meter here. Oh, look at me building meter. So, oh shit.
Oh.
Oh crap. I'm not very esports right now.
No, you're not.
I'm so flustered.
You know what's like. Hey Chase, while he's building meter, could you throw it to camera 4? Let's see what the. Let's see what
Don't throw it. I've almost got the meter.
Let's
I'm
see
gonna
what
wait till next
traffic's
round
like.
though.
Let's see what traffic's like. Okay.
Let's see some mini monster missiles. Let's do it. So the mini monster missiles are kind of like drones. They come from off screen wherever you are when you take an action. So I'm going to jump. There's one. I'm going to call one from up here. Oh!
You get headshotted with the mini
No,
monster
they can't
missiles?
they can't headshot you. You only have to worry about their feet though. Their bodies are harmless. Yeah. So those are mini monster missiles, and they're awesome. And there are legit ways to trap people with them, and they're not super scary at first, but when people get good with them,
yeah, because the way people were getting me with them was like, you throw one up high, right, and then I can't go high,
right,
and then I got to stay low, and then they come in for the low bodiment, like
like that.
Yeah, then that's donezo.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So
Whee! I love these guys. Ah!
Oh, I had it.
I got you.
Yeah.
Mini monster missiles are the best.
This is kind of terrifying.
Yeah? So that's stream.
What do you think? How do you think you deal with these as the opponent? Like, is it different for every person?
It is. It's different for every character. Like, some characters can ignore this stuff. Like, Shoals and Mr. N can just get up high and
get headshot, son.
You know, just ignore this stuff. Lower jump characters like Kung and Kick. It's a little harder for them to deal with this.
Yeah.
They're going to have to take their jumps a lot more carefully. But remember, only the feet can hurt you. Don't worry about their bodies, and you'll be fine.
We made these changes. We call these the G Memorial changes for stream.
They're pretty awesome. Mini monster missiles are the best. I hope you're looking forward to them. Ramon, are there any questions from the chat? There's questions. All right.
First up, Mean Saltine asks, what controls the height of the missiles?
The missile comes out where Stream is when he takes his action. So the actions are jump, double jump, back jump, air back jump, or kick. Steering a kick doesn't do anything.
They come out at waist height? Where do they come out?
They come out at about waist height, yeah. And it's once every 90 frames. So if you take another action within a second and a half, nothing. But if you take another action after that time has elapsed, then wherever you were at that time, we'll call it. One of the strategies people had for some of the low jump characters was they would just jump up and down in place repeatedly and try and get a nice little stream of them. Or if you move forward with them a little bit and try and get them all on the ground, you can pack them a little tighter, make them harder to jump over.
Should we spend 20 seconds talking about how we tested these changes? How you're
if you want to, sure.
Yeah, let's talk about how we decided they're fair.
Do you want to finish the questions first?
Yeah, let's finish the questions.
Thanks for cutting me off.
Interrupt
Ramon.
You got it. Another question from Griffey Imp is, does Kenny get mini Kenny missiles?
We're not talking about Kenny right now. We're talking about Stream.
You have to
but we will address your question when we get to Kenny.
And then finally, Tesla MC Einstein wants to know, does it cost more kick meter to turn invisibility off?
No, it's it doesn't matter how much meter you have. You can just turn it off. It's a completely free action.
Free.
Well, it costs nothing in terms of meter, but you've wasted meter turning it on.
I was making a play on words with the colloquialism fighter game players use of free.
Yeah, sure. It's very good.
Thank you.
In some of the testing, we actually saw some of our stream players use invisibility on purpose to take space away from people the way they would with flame bait, but less.
Okay.
You turn it on, you move forward a little because people get scared for a moment, turn it off.
Gotcha.
It doesn't waste as much as a flame bait would waste, and you still get the space you need.
Cool.
There are uses for it. It's pretty good.
So now, but yeah, how we is Ron, any more questions or no?
Yeah, a couple. Banana Ken wants to know if you can destroy the monster missiles.
You can't destroy them.
And then lastly, D_W wants to know, do mini monster missiles destroy Kong's portal?
No, they don't. Well, I don't know, actually.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
That's a great question. It's a QA.
I'm going to guess they don't, but they might.
The spirit is they shouldn't.
They might. I don't know if they do, though.
But the spirit is they shouldn't.
They probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll check
Or maybe they probably should.
Bottom line, now you got something to look forward to.
Right.
To find out
I don't even know. I would bet they don't as well.
But all right.
Welcome to Iron Galaxy.
Yes.
Lastly, can you parry them?
No, you cannot parry them. You cannot parry projectiles in Divekick. You can only parry dive kicks in Divekick.
Okay.
Stream confirmed as Kill Killer.
Cool.
That was a hard matchup before. We'll see what happens now.
Yeah. So anyway, how do we test this to make sure these are fair?
We basically we did all the balance changes in 1 hour because it was very, very easy. Developing games is just, it's nightmarishly easy.
It's like takes longer to
Yeah.
like get the energy to even type something that does actually make the changes.
So there are these 3 guys and this one girl who are always at the bus stop next to the building, and I pulled them in and I had them mash on it for like 20 minutes, and we were good to go.
Like
What was after you put the changes in the flash file, right?
In the flash file, right? I had to decode the flash file.
Yeah.
And then put the changes into it. No, actually, we brought in a bunch of Divekick pros, and they were here all week, and we mashed on this game really hard.
Yeah, thanks to so many, because that was like not.
That was
a lot of
awesome.
them like put lives on pause to do that.
They totally
for us.
did. That was
amazing.
incredible, and they did it just for free food and lodging.
Yeah.
It was awesome to have you guys here. I know you saw us tweeting that we wanted people to come in and test, and this is what they were here testing, and it would not be as good as it is now without them.
Not nearly.
And they all had raving things to say about it. You'll be able to talk to them after the show on Twitter, and they'll tell you that they think the game is awesomer than it was before.
The most awesomest.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So next up.
Yes. Now, who's next?
Oh, who's up? Who's up next? We got the good Dr. Scholes.
Oh, people have been talking about this character.
Yes, the medical precision she shows in the operating room now also shows
This is with the
in
glasses.
her deathly.
Deadly. That's a D.
Mine says different stuff.
Well,
In her deadly new kick factor technique.
very cool.
I'm so godlike.
Yeah.
I
So,
can read.
Scholes was a character that was stronger in the original than we thought she was going to be, mostly because of bugs. So there's a bunch of bug fixes on this list that make her weaker, but then there's some other stuff that makes her stronger. And of course, the list is from good stuff to bad stuff.
Scholes can now manually cancel death from above, even if she doesn't have enough meter to begin this move. So what's that about?
It was a bug. This bug actually helped her when we fixed it. If you didn't have enough meter to start flying, you weren't able to stop flying. You had to just let the meter drain.
Okay.
And that's been in there since day 1, and it's been driving Scholes players nuts.
Yeah.
And now it's fixed, and it's great.
In kick factor, speed bonus was removed. Instead, the startup time of both her kicks is greatly decreased.
Greatly decreased.
Additionally, she gets the full 8-second kick factor duration now.
She used to have a 6-second kick factor because her kick factor would have been too good. It was just too easy for her to get free chained headshots against most of the cast. So we gave her a short kick factor that had a terribly pitiful speed bonus. And I always wanted to do something different with her instead, and now I finally got to do it.
As a Scholes enthusiast, it
Yes.
seems like this might make the gem choice more meaningful.
It does. It
Yeah.
really does. And her kick factor is bonkers now. She doesn't get free headshots anymore, but oh my god, I am so terrified of this character's kick factor.
Yeah. Nerf fixed the drop kick bug, which caused her to fall normally from an unended kicking first wrong posse.
This is great. The drop kick bug, if you plinked kick into dive and did brilliant escape.
Just so you know, the only reason I'm doing this is because Adam got really mad at me because I didn't read these cards.
I didn't get
ahead of
mad. I
time.
suggested he read them at a time to avoid snafus like this.
And this is hilarious to me.
It's pretty
and
good.
This is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
So I'm enjoying this.
Yes.
Continue.
Yeah. If you guys, want to make a game with Iron Galaxy Studios, hit up our boss Dave, who can barely read. Send him a contract, say whatever you want. He's not going to read it.
Yeah,
He has no idea how.
Bottom line is I'll just yell at you a lot.
Yeah.
And hopefully that'll be worth it for that yuck you get out of that.
Yeah.
But, anywho.
Dropkick bug, you did a plink on Brilliant Escape, you would fly to the top, you hit kick, and her kick has a limited duration. She would fall down normally, but instead she would stay in her kick pose and just insanely fast from the top of the screen just kill you. It was really dumb.
Very.
It was actually pretty useful in some situations, and now it's gone. Bye.
Smell you later. Disallowed. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Disallowed her from canceling landing.
landing
You have
into
to do it
Brilliant
now.
Escape ground
Yeah.
special, which allowed her to go backwards.
Yeah, there were only 2 characters in this game who were ever supposed to be allowed to cancel landing recovery, and that was Redacted and Mr. N. And for some reason, that code made it onto Shoals, and she was able to cancel her landing recovery, which is important
just
to
be
her
clear,
character.
like what's landing recovery?
When you land in Divekick, whether you attack or not, you have 4 frames and you can see that frame when you land in Markman's Glue,
Yeah.
where you're kind of like recovering.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be able to get out of that. You're supposed to be stuck there for 4 frames. And Shoals is a character that can be hard to pin down and punish if she doesn't have to obey that rule.
Yeah.
Now that she has to obey that rule, you can actually fight her the way you were meant to be able to fight her.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. Increase the cost per frame on maintaining Brilliant Escape.
Yeah.
About 200%.
Yeah, it sounds dramatic, but it's per frame. It's not as dramatic as you think. Brilliant Escape still goes up pretty goddamn high.
Yeah, and it's still doing the brilliant escape, kick? Is that still meter
Oh
positive?
yeah, it is absolutely.
Okay. So it's not as much, but it's still meter positive.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you're holding that button when you're doing that for maybe 7-8 frames anyway.
Yeah.
So the amount extra you're spending is just a couple points,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe 8 points of meter.
Yeah.
It's negligible.
Okay. Increase the startup time on both her kicks by 1 frame each.
Yes. So her kicks start up a little bit slower than they used to, tiny bit, but the bonus she got from her kick factor is very big. Very big. Let's check that out. That's the big one I want to show.
We're playing with the new menus, by the way, too.
Yeah. I'm gonna go kick gem.
Okay, I'm gonna go dive gem.
I like it.
JPO Memorial.
Her kicking first goes for a certain number of frames. So if you have a higher velocity by picking the kick gem, you go farther. And when you got a kick factor speed increase, you went even farther. And now that she doesn't get a speed increase there, the choice is much more meaningful. But when you see the nonsense of her kick factor, look at how long it takes to start each kick. And now watch. That's really dumb.
That's business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really stupid. In a good way. Stupid in a good way. Ah, I couldn't cancel flight. I'm the worst. Don't look at me like that.
I'm just,
That hurts my feelings. Oh, jeez.
get bopped.
Well, you've seen the change. Let's go to the next one. You don't need to see Dave Lang, BB. Let's see if there's any questions.
You know what I call this? This is my competition shoals. That's what this is.
As you can see, I'm still meter positive doing this.
Me and Saltine has seen my competition shoals.
See, still meter positive. What, you got any questions, Ramon?
Most of the questions are general questions about how breasts work.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I
don't know.
I actually know nothing about that.
I don't know. I have any clue how that works.
Oh my god, this is so amazing.
It's so fast.
Wow.
It'll take some getting used to. Shoals players are going to get themselves killed with that a lot.
I just did
until
right
they get
there.
the hang
I just
of
did
it.
right
Yeah.
there. Holy cow.
Because you expect her to wait for a second, and she won't anymore.
So,
Whoa!
it's a question.
Yes.
Capconian wants to know. Question. In KF, in Kick Factor, she is not fast anymore. So now she lasts longer in the air when she foot dives?
She doesn't last longer, no. It's the same duration. Good question. Oh god, I'm so scared.
Dave, there's a question for you directly.
Sure.
Mean Saltine wants to know. Were you crying in the bathroom after I bodied you? Question mark.
I cried. I'm not going to say where.
You better pop that factor.
That doesn't seem material to this discussion. Oh my god, why?
Now it's gone. Now it's gone.
Let's go on to the next character.
Okay, let's go.
So next character, Chase. In the long esteemed list.
You got the list, man.
I know, I'm waiting for him to flip to it's dramatic. You gotta time it right.
Sure.
This is production value. Redacted.
Redacted.
Everyone's least favorite, Redacted.
This character is so good.
Redacted has been dating a male skunk bear named Bruce. The male of the species is a bit more timid, so Redacted learned how to better use Cornered Beast.
It's true. There are storyline reasons for these changes.
I mean, it's canon. That is now canon.
Yeah.
Why, so how is one's name Redacted and the other's Bruce?
We'll get to that if you ever get to play as Bruce.
Okay.
Then it'll be in Bruce's story mode.
So, setting a wild speculation out there.
Correct. Why is Redacted's boyfriend named Bruce?
I guarantee you this Divekick 2018 edition
Yeah.
will have Bruce in it.
It's going. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Duh. All right. So we're not sure. I guess this is just a question mark. We're not sure if this is good or bad.
It's a bug fix. That's what it should have been on the other bug fix thing.
Okay,
for
gotcha. Fix the
stream
camera
audio
bug
pop.
that occurred when the round ended during a wall cling.
Yeah, the camera will get stuck. It was nasty. It's fixed.
That was the one where the next frame would be still the
it was so bad.
the next round it would
Yeah,
start
yeah.
up messed up.
Yeah.
Barrel stance builds meter about 200% faster.
If that sounds like it's a lot faster, that's because it is.
And why do we do this?
Because it's awesome.
Like maybe a little more
It's great.
like maybe.
Redacted built meter so much faster pressing the kick buttons, and that's just not as intimidating as
Okay,
growling.
so
at
why
people.
would you ever do that, right? So like this is encouraging,
Right now, we're encouraging people to actually stay in the stance.
Because the very best Redacted players,
You still build meter faster kicking around, but now it's closer.
yeah, because the very best Redacted players, like your Ramones, your John Martins, they would go in and out just randomly, keep you guessing, right?
Wow, Ronaldo's probably furious you didn't mention him.
I don't know
right now.
Ronaldo. I don't
Oh,
know who
wow,
that is.
wow.
I never heard of him.
Okay.
I kid.
Yeah.
I kid because I love. All right.
Yeah.
What What are we doing? Oh, you going? You
No, keep reading. I'm just setting us up so we can keep moving.
Corner Beast now sends Redacted towards the wall no matter where it is used from. If she makes it to the wall, it leaves her in a wall cling state that drains meter. Tapping Dive from the cling lets her wall jump. Tapping Kick lets go.
Options. That's crazy.
Those are crazy words. Corner Beast costs about 70% more meter. Kick factor speed buff is now 20% lower.
Right. The Cornered Beast cost increase is because the move is ridiculously good now. Redacted was one of the few characters that had 0 air mobility options, and now she has a fantastic one. She still has to commit to a kick, but if you have the meter and you want to get crazy, you can get crazy. The awkward part, if you're an existing Redacted player, is that when you get to the wall, you're going to cling and hang out, and you have to press a button to get off. So check it out. Well, I ran out of meter. Right. Got to build more. You should build some meter too. Yeah, I'm using Feral Stance. Look at how fast that's going.
That is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
That's the business.
And somebody on Twitter had actually asked me if we were going to fix her glitched ability to turn around, but that is intended. That was not a glitch. We want her to be able to do that. See, I stuck on the wall. If you don't cancel that, she will bounce off the wall. But if you do cancel it with Kick, you can fall if you don't want to jump off the wall.
So I can be all the way over here.
Yep. Go ahead.
That just drop down with...
If you press the Kick button, you drop straight down. If you press the Dive button, you can bounce off. I'll show you next round. I'm actually going to have you move back to your corner, and I'm going to come towards your corner and do it.
Gotcha.
To show you how far I can really go, which is really great. So even from this far away from the wall, I can still do something like that.
Okay.
And I can punish an attack, because you can kick off the wall too. So I can do something like that.
So yeah, that's the, oh my god, I'm screwed, I'm screwed, I'm screwed.
Right, if you're doing some neutral jump stuff and you're looking for someone to make a mistake and go for what looks like a punish, you can hop towards the wall and do something great.
That seems like crazy OP.
That's why the cost is so much higher. It's 70% more expensive than it used to be. I don't think it's OP, but I do think it's really good.
I bet that Relento is really going to like that.
Yeah, Relento is going to love it.
Oh my god, I was trying to get smart.
Look at how far that goes. I tried to get
under. I tried to get under. Wow.
So Redacted players should be excited. People who like Redacted but didn't play her because she didn't fit your style or didn't have anything aggressive enough, you are going to be very happy.
Wow, that's scary.
It's really scary.
That's super scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
Actually, first let's
questions.
Ramon, do we have any questions?
Yeah. BG Callisto wants to know, can you kick while falling when doing the kick cancel from wall cling?
You should be able to. Let me check. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Confirmed.
And then,
but you can't kick on the way to the wall. You have to get to the wall before you're allowed to take any actions.
Okay, and then another question. This one came in a lot earlier, but from Phoenix Strict, did you make Feral Stance hitbox even smaller?
No, it's the same. Has not changed.
Good question.
If it's not on the change list, it hasn't changed. This is a very accurate change list.
Well, so you say now.
It is, I promise.
Except for the fact you mark bug fixes as buffs and shit. Except from that.
What was that word?
Stuff.
Okay, that's better.
We're esports.
We're esports now.
We're family-friendly esports.
That's right.
I think my kids might be watching.
What's the next character on the list?
Near and dear to my heart. Everyone's favorite mathematician.
Hey!
Dive's been trying to solve the Yang Mill's existence and mass gap problem in order to win the Millennium Prize to save Uncle Sensei's dojo. As a result, he has discovered a new use for terminal velocity, one of his signature moves, and this one gets me excited.
This is dumb. This got Karahime so pumped.
This is the best thing in the whole
It
list.
seems like the smallest thing in the world, but Dive can now cancel a kick at any time into terminal velocity, his air special.
Oh, I shouldn't have kicked there. I shouldn't have kicked. Oh, guess what?
Guess what? I didn't.
Problem solved.
Yeah, Dive is terrifying now. He used to be this passive-aggressive monster. Now he's an offense machine.
Terminal velocity cost increased by 33%.
Obviously, the move is much better now, so we had to increase the cost.
Kick factor speed buff is now 20% lower.
And like I said, that's kind of across the board.
Did you consider making terminal velocity the same cost from a neutral jump and more from a kick? Did you ever consider it?
I have thought about that, but it's visually confusing with the way our meters work to have separate costs for an air special move. So not something we explored, but I have thought about that before.
I bet Mean Saltine, when he just sees me picking Iron Galaxy Dive, he starts sweating. He's like, oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to end poorly.
That's a good Mean Saltine impression, too. Yeah. I like it. So there's really not much to show here other than how awesome being able to do
there's a
terminal
lot more
velocity
meter.
is.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, just kidding.
Yeah.
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 It's dumb.
That's gonna be.
It's so
wow,
good.
wow, wow.
Yeah, it's a really good way to take space away from people. And when you really get into the nitty-gritty of top-level Divekick 1.0 or 1.1, Dive isn't as good a character as most people think he is. His basics are really strong, but his speed really prevents him from taking space from a lot of the characters. And now he can do it, because you can just cancel velocity whenever you want.
Not very well demonstrated there.
No, but you can double fake, too. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Just get nuts. Just go nuts.
Yeah.
No execution required.
That's powerful.
It's good.
Okay.
Next.
Next up.
Oh, yeah, questions. Sorry, Ramon. Questions.
Elb247 would like to know, can you kick, cancel your terminal velocity, and then kick again?
Absolutely.
And he says, sounds scary.
It is.
Super scary.
Yeah. If Dive is in kick factor with a dive gem and he goes up pretty high, he can do some really weird looking kind of zigzag stuff with it. Which is pretty good.
Almost like an Uncle Sensei.
Yeah, with no attack box on the downward part. But yeah, kind of a Sensei-ish pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I, for one,
New toys for all the characters.
am excited.
New toys.
Yes.
That's the spirit of the change list of edition.
Next up is everyone's most hated community manager,
What?
Alex Jafali. Jafali's been working out. You can call him
Buff Failwell. Buff Failwell's his new name. Wow. I didn't expect that to go over that well.
God, Buff Failwell from now on.
Buff Failwell.
Let me do that in my radio voice.
Sure, okay.
You can call him. Oh, that's the best.
Okay.
Okay, by the way, Jabali, I know you're watching. I'm going to check Twitter when this is over, and your name better be Buff Failwell. Or
You're fired, yeah.
fired.
It's over.
Sorry. You had a good run at the mighty, mighty IGS. First change, YOLO Gem no longer makes his head grow at the start of a fight. Makes sense.
Whoa, that's a big change.
Makes sense, though.
So you don't auto lose to Shoals now.
Yeah. That was unfun for Jafali players.
Auto lose to Shoals, Sensei, and Stream.
Yeah.
And S-Kill.
With one might be able to argue with the blind select that was fixed, but I like this, though.
Yeah,
still.
it is. It's much, much better.
Timer Scam pauses his own kick factor meter, but his opponent will continue to drain.
This is much, much bigger than it sounds like it is.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a big whoop.
There aren't really that many kick factors, opponent kick factors you'd want to stall out anymore. But the reason this is huge is because you're not draining your own time when you try and go for a double timer scam in kick factor.
Right.
I can get a full 7 seconds off the clock from kick factor with a double timer scam.
So King of Bombs is super
It's
pumped.
so good.
King of Bombs is super pumped
It's
right now.
so good.
Yeah, okay.
It's amazingly good. And it feels great, unless you're losing to it. Then it feels terrible.
Terrible.
Jafali can now cancel kick at any time in a disqualified.
Nice. That's very helpful for him because when he lets go of a full charge kick, he doesn't have to let it land and commit. Disqualified's not the best way to get out of danger, but it is really hard to hit most of the cast with disqualified in 1.0.
It's an option.
You have to throw it from stationary. Now you can move forward and throw it, which means you can trap people and force people to get it with disqualified now, which is great.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Jump velocity increased 5%. So just by the way, I've got an issue with only buffing Jafali.
Yeah? He's
mean-
still the worst character in the game, I promise.
Still, and I love the new name. The new name is is a form of nerf.
Yes.
It's like a morale
Farewell.
nerf. Yeah. But it's still, I think we should do something else here. Jafali's gravity rating now decreases 25% more than before per head size increase.
I want to kind of point both of these out together. The jump velocity increase is tiny, but the gravity rating decreasing more means that when his head is getting to 3, 4, and 5 times as big, he's going way higher than he used to before.
Okay.
Because those two things kind of compound together.
Gotcha.
And the reason we made that change was because he was getting chain headshotted, which he's supposed to, but now he actually has a chance to get above most of the characters that can do that to him, even in concussion, and and at least not get hit in the head. He's still going to get hit, but not in the head.
Okay.
That's a big deal.
And he builds meter about 25% faster.
Right, which means more disqualifieds and more timer scam shenanigans. And Jafali is much, much better than he used to be, but he still sucks.
Let's take a look, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's dive in. Get it?
Yeah.
See what I did there?
You do the disqualified thing. I'm going to build up the full meter and do the double timer scam.
Okay.
And show you the glory of it.
What are you drinking, Ramon?
Dr. Pepper.
All right. Show me a kick into disqualified.
So just
Yeah,
check
just
it.
charge up a kick.
Oh, charge up.
Yeah. Jump up, let it go, and then hit disqualified mid-flight.
Fraud detected.
You're really good at this game.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And when you charge up full, you can go really far.
Because there's
and
things
then
where you
release it in
know,
their
right?
face.
You let that kick go as you fail, you know you're going to get
Right,
bopped.
right.
And
Yeah.
that gives you an out.
Yeah, like check this out. I'm going to do the 5-second charge. 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. All right, I'm not going to get kick factor before time. I'll pop kick factor right at the start of the next round and show you how much time I can take off the clock.
Okay, let's see.
So if Jafali's closer to the line and there's about 6 seconds on the clock, you are screwed. So he's going to do this. And he's going to wait a second or two as you get closer. Then he does this again. That says 12 on it.
Wow.
I just ate up a lot of time.
Wow.
And now I just won by timeout.
Yeah. So that makes that much more potent.
Yes, his kick factor is
The
so
rub, though,
dangerous.
is you have to have
'cause
kick factor then.
Yeah, you got to waste your entire kick factor, and his kick factor is super,
because
super scary.
because what that does is that
the
someone
bullet.
can't just sit back at the other end of the screen when you have kick factor.
Right.
Yeah, GFB.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, his kick factor is still one of the best in the game, too.
It's almost like Adam knows what he's doing when he does.
It's close, yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Dangerously close.
That kick factor mode is still really scary and can lead. I mean, you can win 3 or 4 rounds that way. Do you want to waste all of that opportunity on one timeout victory? Depends on the situation. Maybe that timeout victory is the last round. You know, Jafali's much better now. I think Jafali players are going to be ecstatic.
So I'm not really comfortable with making Jafali this much better in general, but we'll see how it plays out.
You can charge a kick during disqualified.
Oh.
And then launch another one. I'll show you that next round. That's a pretty cool trick for all you Jafali heads out there. Maybe you'll get something out of it once in a while. Get a little more charge. Okay, here we go. Oh, he fell straight down. That's a weird thing. Sometimes he falls straight down instead of bouncing back. We're not sure why. We'll consider that a nerf.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can kick again after.
Okay. Cool. Well,
There's your one Jafali nerf. You happy?
Yeah.
Sometimes his move just doesn't work correctly.
Yeah, this thing that you need to consistently work the way it doesn't work
doesn't
right.
work right. Buff fail well.
I like it. Buff fail well.
Buff fail well. Any questions about buff fail well?
Buff fail well, a.k.a. Big Papa Lump.
So
That's pretty good.
That's good. I like that.
That's the best thing I've ever said.
/5150 would like to know, with Jafali, can you do kick, disqualified kick in one setup?
Yeah.
Okay. Alb247 wants to know, can Jafali cancel his disqualified? That's the same question. And then Black Belt Sam this is the sign question. Why all the buffs? I thought Jafali was the Dan of the game.
He still is, trust me. He's still the worst. But he's definitely closer to playable. He's more playable now.
Yeah, I mean,
he's still the worst.
This gets back to the overriding spirit of the
Yeah.
changes, right? We want to make everyone more fun.
Everyone gets new toys.
Yeah.
The whole game is more fun now. Even Jafali players who resigned themselves to being Dan tier character players.
Yeah.
They will have more fun now.
Yeah.
Dave Hansons of the world.
So
Yes, your Dave Hansons of the world who want the misery of playing the worst character in the game can now do so with at least a chance.
Or
So
so
you're-
an excuse for losing.
Yeah, so
Yes.
you're getting bopped, but you're having fun getting bopped.
Correct.
There we go.
Jafali was always a fun character, but now he's much more fun.
I do think he was my favorite character to play from a fun factor.
Yeah, it just feels awful when someone picks YOLO Gem on you or chain headshots you and you have no recourse, and now you have options. You're still probably going to lose, but it's not as hopeless.
Cool.
Yay!
Iron Galaxy providing hope.
Next up,
Next up.
drum roll, kick.
Yay, I love that guy.
And this is a mouthful.
Yeah, this is the only one he read in advance.
Kick is sick and tired of starting a party, assuming it is good to go, and attending blindly. Instead, he would like to start the party, confirm it has started really well, and then decide on his attendance. Kick really doesn't think about anything important.
He really doesn't.
I mean, that's like the least thing he should be worried about.
Yeah, probably.
So party starter now bounces the opponent 33% higher velocity.
That's a huge deal. I think the reason people were struggling with using Party Starter, which was a great move in the previous version of the game, was that you really couldn't confirm it. You had to know it was going to hit, jump as soon as he stomped, otherwise you missed your punish opportunity. That's not the case now. Now you can visually confirm, oh, did my Party Starter hit? If yes, take follow-up action.
Yeah.
It's much, much better.
Cool. Meter gain reduced by 9%.
Right. This is a character that in the original version, people were just playing for kick factor. They're just mashing kick to get kick factor. Now this makes his special moves cost a little more relatively and takes a little longer to get to kick factor. but the game plan is still intact. It's just a little more fair.
And then in unison with that, the kick factor speed buff is now 20% lower.
Right. So now you have more incentive to spend on special moves because the kick factor is not quite as good. It's still really good.
Well, the thing I always hated about fighting a kick is he's getting kick factor, and then he's going into his super.
Yeah.
It's like clockwork.
It's so
right?
scary.
There's really not much everyone can do about it.
So when you get kick factor bonuses, you're getting velocity increases, which means you jump faster and higher. And the only thing preventing his air special from being great is his poor jump height.
Yeah.
But you get the great jump height in kick factor mode.
So I'm going to try to mash. Oh, yeah, that is. Wow.
It's a little bit slower. Yeah.
Wow.
Takes you a little longer to get there. You're going to have to be a little bit more conscious about space control.
Suck it, mean saltine.
Let me party start you. Much
Oh,
higher.
wow.
Much easier to confirm something. I waited. If you had pressed kick or not, I was going to kill you either way.
Yeah, because that was the thing.
From that
Sometimes
Go ahead and give it a shot.
Sometimes you want to jump
Party
up,
start
and sometimes
me.
you want to jump back.
Party
right?
start me, Dave. Oh, you're the worst.
Yeah, because it seems like it's like you'd always have to guess, right? Like,
Yeah.
if I want to kick back and kick or jump up and kick.
Right.
And now
you
you
don't have to guess
Now you can
anymore.
read that.
Yeah. It's really good against really slow concussed characters like Shoals, who get stuck up there for a while. Party starting Shoals is great. I highly recommend it. Oops, I missed. Oh! I was mashing.
That's unfortunate.
All right, that's Kick. It's great. Kick
Kick's-
was already probably the best character in the last version of the game. Now he's got a new toy, and he's probably still the best character.
Okay.
Looking forward
Yeah.
to it.
This one's got me excited as well. I'm not going to lie. This next one has got me super pumped up.
Questions?
Oh, questions.
Oh, sorry, questions.
We're really good at this.
By the way.
You think we figured it out after this many games?
No.
I did not see any questions. A lot of positive thoughts, but
Okay.
a lot of people calling it a wash in the nerf and buff section.
About the same. Cool.
Yeah.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leave him where he was, but make him more fun.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear that part, though.
Still
What?
awesome.
They just said it was, it's a wash.
Well, when they get their
it's a
hands on him,
wash.
they'll realize party starter's so
waited
fun.
4 months for this. It's a wash.
Just pick Stream and summon the mini missiles. You'll be fine.
Whee!
I love
Next
those guys.
up, I'm excited because Mr. N has gained 30 pounds of pure muscle.
Yeah, Mr. N's been working out,
The GTFO now moves about 30% faster.
which is quite a bit faster.
The startup frames on GTFO are now invincible other than his head.
That's only 2 frames, but it matters.
Yeah. Mr. N can now cancel a kick at any time into Marnito.
This one's funny because there was a guy on the forums today who posted his insane change list of things we would never do because they're too insanely powerful.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
That's one of them. Nice.
Yeah.
Secret double jump has 25% more velocity.
Yes, it does. It goes higher now.
Why don't you explain the secret double jump to
Once we
people?
get in game, I'll
All
show
right,
you
all
what
right.
secret. If you don't know what secret double jump is, you've been playing Mr. N wrong.
Kick factor speed buff is now 14% lower.
Yeah. Another change we've made to Divekick in general.
One time, Mr. N.
We actually have how to play screens that tell you all this stuff, like about secret double jump. But they were in the options menu, and we've moved them in the update to the main menu, so you'll be able to find them easier.
Batman.
Very good. You can't say that word, by the way.
I said Badman.
Okay, that's better. Yeah.
Please don't rewind this or watch the archive. Can you mosaic that out? No. Okay.
Mr. N is so strong and scary. So before, the only way you could really intimidate people with this character was to kind of inch up on them and do a little of this. And once you had them in this range, you could hover and
Yeah.
try and trick them into doing something, but nobody was falling.
But you
for
had to
that.
get in that range.
Right. And secret double jump helped. See that? The little jump I just did? It's just like Redacted's turnaround thing. The goofy jump is what I call Redacted's thing. You hover with both buttons, you release the dive button, and then you press the dive button while you're hovering. You try to do that a little lower to the ground. See? Secret double jump.
Yeah.
Costs a chunk of meter, a big chunk of meter. But the fact that you can do it from a kick,
Oh, look at that GTFO.
Yeah, it's fast.
Holy crud.
you can do that from a kick now, which means you have supreme offense with this character. Oh God, I'm screwed. And you train people to expect it, and then they get themselves killed.
Yeah.
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 He's really, really, really
That's
scary.
awesome. Yeah.
He's probably scarier than Dive now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And you can do that twice in one jump. Let me show you that too. Hold on. Let me get a little more.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a little execution-y, but it's fun and cool.
Climb the
And,
ladder.
yeah, you climb the ladder. It's really, really
But I
good.
thought Divekick was a game that didn't work.
That's a little bit execution-y, but play somebody else if you don't like it.
This game was better before Mr. N required execution.
Yeah, I should have run away there.
This game was better before.
Remember, he can cancel his landing recovery into GTFO as well.
Really?
Yeah, and Redacted can do the same into Feral Stance, so you can avoid that landing recovery entirely. Yeah, you get the idea, Mr. N. Mr. N's great now. If you're a Mr. N player, you should be thrilled because you're about to win some tournaments.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to stop playing there.
Yeah, he's
I wanted to keep going.
He's fun. You get to press a lot of buttons. That's what people like, right?
Ramon, what do we got?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Well, what's the general feeling?
General feeling's pretty good. A lot of wows, a lot of broken.
It's not broken. It's just scary.
I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of broken in here. I'm just saying. I'm reading
that's
chat.
broken!
Yep, as it should be. As it should be.
Well,
He's still a big fat target, so there's
Yeah.
the struggle there.
hypothetically.
Yeah, the struggle is real.
Yeah. All right, who we got next? This one's going to be controversial.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Baz.
Okay, so if you're a Baz player, I'm going to let you know the Baz has been removed from the game, and I mean that completely seriously.
Yeah.
The Baz tier list used to be number 1, Kenny, 2, Bubblin87, 3,
I'm the
Baz.
best bubbling in the world.
I'm the best Baz in the world.
Oh, but-
Finally, the Baz is the best Baz because the Baz is a different character. So the Baz has been removed from the game and replaced by a guy named New Baz, who also calls himself the Baz, just to confuse you. Think of him as a brand new character because he is. And below you'll read about how the Baz transformed into New Baz, who calls himself the Baz. So Mighty Swing and Baz Kosin. Baz Kosin was his kick, and Mighty Swing was his air special. Those have been swapped.
I actually never knew that. The name of that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was in the how to play screens.
Okay.
That nobody read, yeah.
Yeah.
I helped put him in the game, and I didn't even know that.
Mighty Swing and Baz Kosin have been swapped. Mighty Swing is his normal kick. It's a completely free action. Baz Kosin is his air special. I can't read the slide now because it's gone. There it is.
Want me to take it?
Yeah, take it.
Okay. Get in the game and I'll take
Yeah,
it.
I'll get you in game.
The Baz can only use 2 mighty swings per jump.
Yep, after the second one, you got to land.
Baz Soken now starts at a 40-degree angle, rotates 15% faster.
So no more going straight down with the lightning. You have to go at either 40 degrees or somewhere in between that and 105 degrees, which means lightning can go up now, which is neat.
So it maxes out at 105 degrees.
Yes.
Baz's kick factor is no longer invincible.
Yay.
Kick factor lasts a full 8-second duration and is a speed bonus at 30%.
Which is nice.
The Baz jumps higher. He also jumps farther and higher when using kickback.
And those jump changes are just kind of noted there because they're different than original Baz. This Baz is a new character. He required a whole new set of gravity and jump parameters. We actually left his gravity the same, but I did toy with changing it to see how it felt, and this is where I landed. The Baz is by far one of the most fun characters in the game now, and losing to him no longer feels unfair. So when I said earlier I wanted to make the unfair stuff feel fair, the Baz fundamentally was a fair character, I think, but he didn't feel fair.
Yeah.
And that had to go.
Yeah, it's like the thing, if the first time you play the game, you lose to the Baz, it felt like crap. Like, you didn't know why. Like, it did not live up to the promise of Divekick, which is you jump and kick.
Right.
Yeah.
So Baz, he's been admiring the swinging lifestyle, and now he's a swinger himself. He is still alone, though, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. You can do a short swing, tap the button. You can do a big swing, hold the button. You can also let go of the rope anytime you want with the dive button, and you'll keep your momentum. So you can do some cool jumps like this. You could always do that with the move in the old version of the game as well, but now you can do it all the time. He builds meter when the kick starts, so if you do stuff like this, you can actually generate meter pretty fast, which is pretty great.
Now that he's got kick factor.
Now he's a crazy swinger. So fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So fast. This character, when you pick him up for the first time, feels horrible. You're going to be like, oh, this is fun, but I can't win. He's really good, though. I swear he's really good. And you got to do stuff like that. He auto-corrects when you let go of the rope and pass and cross people up.
Yeah.
You got to mix in Baz Kosin, which you can do upwards now, which is neat.
R.I.P. the Baz.
Yeah. And welcome New Baz. Go away from me. Stop it. I let go too early. Sometimes you get yourself killed that way.
First time I saw like the upward lightning, that
Yeah.
melted my
Hold on.
brain.
I'm trying to.
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
check.
I do the upward, and then you can kick out of that. I just missed it. You can do kick and then lightning, or kick then lightning.
Does it-
really confuse
So
people?
if you fly past me with the lightning,
Whoops.
then when you do a kick, will it auto-correct the facing?
It shouldn't.
Okay. So you have to do it before.
Yeah. So I could, do something like that. And the ground special is still the shocker, and it's still fantastic. It's pretty easy to come at people like that.
Yeah.
Let go of the rope, land right in them, and shocker.
By the way, that was pretty good what we just did right there.
Yeah.
I was
very nice.
Yeah, by the way.
We were grinding matchups with this guy because he's completely new to the game, honestly.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of knee-jerk reactions, like, oh, he wins this for free, or oh, he can't win this at all. And by the end of the day, it was pretty even.
R.I.P.
Pretty good.
R.I.P. the Baz.
Bye, Baz.
You had a
Nice
good
knowing
run.
you. Welcome, new Baz.
You had a good run.
I think you guys like new Baz a lot
But
more
don't
than
call,
you
if you
like
see
Baz.
New Baz in the street, don't call him New Baz.
No, he calls himself the Baz.
He calls himself the Baz.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
Yeah.
So now, yeah.
Let's see. What are the reactions of the chat and the questions? Yeah.
So that started off with, "Oh my God, what have they done?" It cooled off in the end.
Okay.
You definitely got a lot of non-believers out there.
All right.
The one question I did get was this is from D_W. Can S-Skill parry Mighty Swing?
He always could. And yes, he still can. Back in when we were doing the original character designs for this game before we even started building any of them, there were two options on the table for the Baz. One was to have the Baz Kosen be the normal kick and the swing be the air special, and then this was the other option. And we went with the first option, and I actually do regret that.
Yeah, we were wrong.
We were wrong.
Yeah.
And now I've flipped them, and I've made the character awesome, so I'm happy about it. And I think you guys will agree when you get your hands on it. It's much, much better.
Yeah, it's nicer for new players. It's more fun for everyone.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
it's win-win.
And who knows, maybe the real The Baz will come back someday.
You never know.
For revenge.
It's entirely let's not get out of it. Divekick 2019 edition.
Sure, got it. Any other questions?
That's all I got.
Okay, is anybody melting down? Any Baz players melting down in the chat?
Just a lot of like, how can I play old Bass still? Things like that.
You can't. It's
Yeah,
over.
he's gone.
The dream is dead.
Just don't unplug your thing from the internet, I guess.
Yeah,
We nuked that code from Perforce.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
yeah.
He gone.
Hawk Heroes.
All right, next up
Getting towards the end of the list here.
is the mighty Kung Pao.
Hey!
Kung is
my
learning
main
new ways to
character.
kick portals open, but still cannot find her way home. What a bummer.
Yeah, that is a bummer.
Kung,
lost.
Kung can now cancel a kick at any time in his dimension break. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's really great.
Wow.
I thought that was going to be a timid thing, like that was a maybe situational thing. It's really good. It's way better than I thought it was going to be.
Meter gain rate is increased 20% approximately.
Yep.
Kick factor speed buff is now 25% lower.
Yeah.
That seems pretty, yeah. She's Skur.
Yeah.
Skur.
I think she was already a great character.
Okay.
She was in my top half of the cast for sure. I didn't think she had too many terrible matchups. The only character I was scared as this character was the Baz anyway.
Yeah.
And he's gone now.
Yeah, so I fixed that.
GFB Baz. All right, let's build some meter up. Builds meter a little faster now. And now I've got this. All right, come at me a little bit. It's okay, stop right there. Watch this. I whiff my kick. Oh, just kidding.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. Can we undo this change? Is that possible?
No, this is staying.
Are you sure we're
There's
shipping
some really good stuff against Markman where you have an exit portal down near him and you fall through the black hole and you can kick from the top and then enter a portal and come down to the bottom. It's awesome. It's so good. Oh, jeez.
So yeah.
Yeah. And you can still hold the buttons to stay in it to trick people as well, which is pretty interesting. It lets her get away with some weird offense stuff, like fake outs. Like I can try and get people to twitch by doing that kind of thing. If you have an exit, it's even more potent because the mind game of having an exit behind someone is even scarier now that I can do that as I'm moving forward. Scoot back a little bit. All right, now let's come forward. Oh, shit.
Sorry.
Kaiser should
poop.
be really happy about this.
Kaiser will be thrilled, yeah. The shenanigans are real. All right, scoot forward a bit. So then I can just kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, people jump back to avoid it, and they jump right into it. She was always really good. I don't know. This is probably too much, but I like it. It's really fun. And it is still an expensive move. And the real thing that was great about her before was her kick factor. She was so unstoppable in kick factor, and that's been weakened.
Right.
It's good for the game overall. I think so.
Okay. Well, that's exciting.
I'm coming to get you. Oh, just kidding. What's up?
Yeah, that's
great.
Go home. Yeah. Basically, I guess just don't let him get meter.
Yeah, you gotta cut them off. You'll get yourself killed doing this too. I'm making it look really good because I'm getting lucky right now. Yeah, you can get yourself killed doing it. If you're Dave Lang and you're terrible.
If you're a getting bodied machine.
Ramon? I'm learning now. Ramon, any questions?
It's
Comments?
kind of interesting. There's
Yeah?
definitely a lot of people very happy with the change. There's some people that are scared, though.
You should be
For
scared.
instance, Tan Spritter asks, I seriously don't know how to fight Kung with kick now.
Well, I will tell you, in the old version, the way you fought Kung with kick was actually party starter or kick factor centric.
Yeah.
You either tried to out-meet her gainer and get way above her and use new angle, or you tried to look for one of her really long-range laggy kicks and party starter right as she landed and get a free kill.
Yeah.
Party starter was miraculous in that match.
Yeah.
I got a lot of kills with it. I didn't see a lot of people in the wild doing that. Now that party starter is buffed, that is even more legit of a strategy.
Yeah.
And so I recommend doing what you used to do, grind meter out, look for really bad high kicks where she's going to land and you know she's going to land, time a party starter, launch her into the air, kill her.
Yep.
Otherwise, just finish grinding it out for kick factor if she's not going to do anything dumb, and then win that way. Because your kick factor is still a lot better than hers.
Yeah.
And you're going to win the race to kick factor. Even though she builds it faster and you build it slower, you're still going to win the race by
Even
a
with
lot.
the kick factor.
Yes.
Meter gain nerf.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. There you go.
So use that advice, and that should help you.
Also, don't be so fray. There's that too.
Step up your game.
Got anything else, Ramon?
No, it's just a lot of the, she's broken.
Yeah. You guys will see. You guys will see.
We're down to our last three. Who's it going to be next? Oh, look at that, Markman.
Markman.
No, that's a lot of words for Markman.
Markman. Yeah, Markman. Lots is happening with Markman.
Markman is spending a lot of time improving the kickbox, but not a lot working out. As a result, precision mode is far more deadly, but Markman himself is less so.
Yes, this is true.
Up kick has a 33% approximately more velocity than before.
It goes up a lot higher. It is so scary.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how much? I guess 33%.
It's a velocity change, right? So it's not actually 33% higher. It goes higher, a lot higher than
Or because of the exit of the kick.
because of
So,
gravity
yeah,
and everything.
okay.
Yeah.
Up kick costs 20 to 40% more precision meter. What's with the variable there?
The amount an up kick costs depends on where you are. If you're doing a raw up kick, it's a different cost than if you're canceling a kick into an up kick or an up kick into a kick.
Okay.
So
How about a kick into a free kick?
into a kick, back kick,
Or kick, field goal kick?
that's not in the game.
That-
I removed it.
What the helmets, though? I
Helmets.
ordered all the helmets.
Yeah, it's over.
That's okay. All right. Well, they
right.
can go back, I guess.
Yeah.
But the auto drain on precision is much slower.
Oh, yeah. If you don't use any up kicks, Markman will stay in precision mode for 40 seconds.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So precision mode was fundamentally broken in my eyes before in a bad way because it was over so fast. It felt like use it or lose it.
Yeah.
Like I got
So
it. I
everyone's
better
just
do these up
spamming
kicks
it,
really
spamming it.
fast
Hey, look at
because
me.
if I don't, then I will have wasted it.
Yeah.
Now it's a thing that you get and you use and you intimidate people with it and you position and use it correctly and it's really, really awesome. And he's definitely one of the scariest characters in the game in precision mode. However, when he's not in precision mode, not really so scary anymore. Yeah.
There you go.
This is how he was always intended to be. We just screwed up last time.
Well, these things happen.
Yeah.
This is why they call it game development.
Right.
And not game make it and done forever.
Right.
That was actually not bad.
So let's go.
I'm going to write a book.
It's very good. Let's go through the horrible list of nerfs.
Up kick attack boxes no longer go past Markman's knee.
They used to go up to his thigh for some reason. I felt like that was wrong.
Society's to blame.
Yeah.
Decreased kickback distance about 8%,
You don't really feel that when you're playing.
but it's there.
It is there.
The angle the Markman travels after using feint has changed. He falls down much more sharply.
I marked this as a minus because in some matchups it is not as good as it used to be, but in other matchups it might be better than it used to be. We'll have to see how that shakes out.
Increased his kick startup time by 17%.
Yeah, he has one additional frame of kick startup time
Mike, why
now.
don't you do this for me? You can sit you're sitting there.
Was his suggestion earlier and I ignored him.
That's so smart. I'm so smart. Kick factor speed buff is now 38% lower.
Yeah, I don't know how it was so high to begin with. I don't know what I was thinking.
Kick speed is now 9% slower.
Yep, it was also too fast. He was so much faster than Kung, it didn't make any sense.
I don't like this one. The electric wind godfoot is 16% slower.
You won't notice. It's still really, really, really fast.
You know who's godlike at those?
Mean Saltine?
It's
Your
a
mortal
it's
enemy?
stunning.
Yeah.
He
He says he hits him about 50% now.
hit him 3 in a row against me.
That's
it was
pretty great.
super, super creepy.
Yeah. So that's another reason this character needed a little bit of nerfage, because people who can actually do that... Oh, sorry. I was trying to slide in the oil the fun way. I'm going to show you the new feint angle right now. It goes down a lot sharper than it used to. You can still kick out of it. It's still real good, but it's not as good as it used to be. But it doesn't cost any more than it used to, at least. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. See, it's still ridiculously fast. Yeah. Let me see if I can get some precision mode going. Come on. Okay, I got it. Look at how slow it drains.
Oh my God.
I'll be in this for a while.
So scary.
Yeah. And it goes up much higher now. See?
Yeah, oh, so there you go.
Yeah.
So instead of like so instead of the panic to try to take advantage of it.
Right. You get to actually use this mode,
It's
which
like
is
it's
really,
a
really
little
good.
calculated
And it
with
scares people. They don't want to jump over your kicks anymore because they're scared you're going to up kick cancel, so they just let you hit them. Yeah. It's very, very, very good.
Does the cloud affect your precision mode?
No, it does
drain?
not.
It
Only
does
my
not?
kick factor. Yeah. I don't know why it's not on the change list, so there is something I missed that I will have to add. But Markman's item dig recovers 6 frames faster than it used to. So you will recover faster from digging for items than before, which is another buff he got that kind of lends towards the gameplay we intended of him having to go for precision mode. So high. So you get about 3 or 4 up kicks.
He could
in
get
that
Sensei
mode.
super jump with that.
Yeah, you can get up really, really high.
Yeah.
You can't do as much as Sensei can with it, but it is nice. Yeah, that's Markman.
Yeah, I like it.
Any questions?
Not see any.
Anybody happy? Sad?
It was at first very much like, oh man, did he get nerfed? Is Mark no longer sponsoring the game? You know, a lot of those. But they were impressed by that up kick.
The up kick's so good.
Yeah.
It's
definitely
not
impressed.
it's not really good in a Markman mirror. It's not really good against Kung either. But against characters that jump higher than Markman, which is almost everybody, it is fantastic.
Even with the uptick and him getting
It's
taller now?
so good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I do think they definitely turned around as that the playthrough went through.
Yeah, it gets so high. It's really, really, really good. All right, let's move on. We've seen the Markman.
All right, so we're down to our last 2.
Oh man, we're at the end.
Rapidly approaching the 0 hour. Let's see it, Chase. Or is Chase busy? Oh, there we go. S-kill.
Oh, this is a big one.
Adelheid.
Adelheid was right.
A few instances in which S-kill could get stuck in various situations have been fixed. What's that about?
That's a nice little buff for him. Occasionally when you were just playing S-kill normally, you weren't doing anything like crazy, he would just get stuck. He would just be invisible or get stuck in a pose and just be unable to move anymore.
Okay.
They were rare, but they happened, and they don't happen anymore.
Replace the teleport jumps with normal jumps.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
What?
whoa, whoa.
What?
That's right. The teleport jumps are gone. He is now a double jump character like Stream.
Okay. In kick factor,
This is the other character we felt people
Yeah.
were not feeling was fair to lose to.
yeah, it's a classic case of
Stole my color.
Yeah, you lose to S-kill, you don't feel like it was earned.
Right.
And yeah, guess what?
Yeah.
All right. In kick factor, his speed buff has been removed. Instead, he gets his teleport and jump back for the duration. His kick factor mode now lasts 40 seconds. We call this boss mode. Engage.
So if you want to be teleport S-kill, you still can, but it's only in kick factor.
Yeah.
The good news is his kick factor lasts 40 seconds, just like Markman's precision mode does. The bad news, obviously, is if you get hit, you lose it because it's kick factor. That gives you a way to play as this cool character without it feeling unfair to your opponent because they only have to hit you once. But the fact that it lasts 40 seconds and you can trick twice during it is pretty good. And overall, our test group felt that S-kill felt stronger in normal mode than he used to anyway. So we're not really worried about it.
Okay, there we go. Move parry hitbox up about 50%. It now ends at the level of his elbow in pose.
Right. So he used to go down to his waist.
So you didn't
now it
raise
ends at the elbow.
you just raised the bottom of it. You didn't raise the top.
Right.
Yeah.
The bottom of it comes up. So if you hit him under the elbow, you should be good now.
Okay.
Instead of under the waist.
That's good because that was always frustrating when you'd like, oh, he's gonna parry, you guess it,
Right.
and then you just like.
And it was easy for like dive and kick and a couple other characters to toe tap S-kill. But
Yeah.
a lot of characters had a really, really hard time hitting below the waist from any distance.
Yes. Increased the recovery time by 400% on his parry. Included a new frame of animation to show he is vulnerable.
The only new frame of animation in the game.
Oh, I hate this guy. So expensive. When using a kickback or air kickback in kick factor, the teleport visual effects is rotated 90 degrees.
And I'll show you that as well. It's a cool indicator of where he's going. It's not 100% because he could still teleport again before he reappears, and you won't see the VFX.
So this isn't a bad situation. This is still the same S-kill.
Yeah, he might be better now. We'll see. But as you can see, he's just a normal dude, jumps around like a crazy person.
I think that's Seth somewhere smiling right now.
Yeah.
He's like watching TV.
Now check out this parry. Check out this parry animation. Quick, run away. Hold still. Stop that. All right. See? See the recovery time?
Yeah.
It's still short, but it's longer now. And you can see him looking at the screen like, oh, I missed because I'm an idiot.
Oh, bummer.
And his special move is still Trick, even when he's not in teleport boss mode. So you can still teleport above people's heads and nail them. As good as it ever was. So let me get into kick factor mode and show you how that works. So look how slow that drains. I'll get 40 full seconds of this if I want.
That's amazing.
If I teleport up, scoot in a little bit towards me. If I teleport up, you can see the vertical VFX. If I teleport back, you see a horizontal one.
Okay.
Which will help people know which way you went first. But
that's
they
smart.
won't know which way you went second.
Wow, that's cool.
It's nice.
I haven't seen that yet. That's
nice.
neat. Yeah.
And because I didn't get hit, I still get to stay in my boss mode, which is nice. And I can still, parry some of it away, or I can trick it out.
There we go. Yeah.
S-Kill, he might be better than he used to be, but he doesn't feel unfair to lose to anymore. And if you read parry, every character in the game now can punish it.
Yeah.
Just by seeing it. If you see him parrying, you can just go hit and hit him. Once you've seen it, it's time.
Yes, you don't need to be an S-kill whisperer to fight him anymore.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, I like these changes. Approved. Wow. Except for that frame of animation.
Wow. That frame's great. When you hit him in it, you see him looking at the screen all dopey, like, oh, I missed it. I used to be great, and now I'm not as good. Yeah. Let me get close to you and then do a parry. Hang on. Okay, go ahead. See?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, that's S-Kill. Let's get some questions from the chat. They probably hate this or love it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my computer's still recovering.
Oh, you crashed?
It blew up.
Oh, no. So we don't know what the chat's saying about S-Kill?
Yeah, they're not happy.
They're not
I
happy?
did get one question.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, will the arcade mode boss S-Kill change?
No. Because he's in kick factor permanently, so he still has the teleports, and we're letting him keep the speed buff. He's the boss.
He's the boss.
It should be hard.
The boss is always hard. Thank you, Chase. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so coming up next, last but not least.
We had to save him for last no matter what the vote order was, just because he has stuff from other characters.
In the cavalcade of Divekick characters, here's
That's
Kenny.
right.
Kenny's abilities now more accurately represent a Heavenly Warrior's true skill level.
That's right. Look at that buff list. Oh my god, this character's so good now.
This is beefy. Kenny can now attack after Spirit Bolt homing in all stances. Whoa. So that's pretty good.
He used to be able to do that in most stances, but there were a couple
Yeah.
that were bugged out where he just couldn't do it.
Yeah. Like he couldn't do it. Could you do shoals?
Yeah, he couldn't do it in shoals
Yeah.
and stream.
Are you impressed I knew that?
Other.
Are you impressed I knew that? That's right, you're impressed. I knew it. Kenny can now cancel a kick at any time the Spirit Bullet homing.
That's gratuitous.
That's
Yeah.
like, will someone please play with Kenny, is what you're saying there. It's like Kenny's Air Spirit Bullet sound effect now stops playing after the opponent is hit by the bullet.
That's a bug, but it's a plus because it's so annoying that
Yeah.
it had to be a plus.
S-Kill stance now behaves like the new S-Kill, including special kick factor.
Correct.
So what's the S-Kill tier list now?
Kenny might be the best S-Kill now. Because Spirit Bullet, like S-Kill used to be the worst stance by far for Kenny. Spirit Bullet didn't work at all with it. Now it totally does.
The best S-Kill in the game!
Is Kenny. Yeah.
Okay.
1/12 of the time.
I just wanted to do that, sorry.
1/11th of the time, actually.
Kenny can now mimic Stream's new kick factor mode.
That's right.
Do little Streams or little Kennys come out?
They're magical little arrows of light fired from a magical bow and arrow
Gotcha.
from the heavens or something. I don't know.
That would be hilarious if little Kennys popped out.
That would
though.
be
I can't
very
front.
funny.
Like, I get why you did it. That's.
I'm going to go ahead and clue you in on a little game development thing. Kenny's out of memory.
Yeah.
There's no room for little Kennys on,
Okay,
on
that's
the
fair.
Atlas.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's not like you to care about things like that, actually.
I care about all
That's
that
nice.
stuff.
Congratulations.
I really do.
You're almost like an adult in game development.
Nah,
now.
screw
You're
you.
slowly
Screw
creeping up.
you,
This
bud.
is very nice. Like, hey, this is like a buffet, and I can just take what I want, right? Programmers will figure it out. O'Connor, make it work. I'm an all-star. I don't know if you got the memo. This is a buffet. I'm gonna
pretty
gorge.
accurate.
I'm gonna
Why,
gorge.
when you impersonate me, why do you do my Dave Lang voice?
I'm gonna gorge myself on assets.
How come I didn't get mature?
Oh, I
understanding
ate
Adam?
too much S-Kill.
You had that. You were just pretending. You couldn't see it.
All right. That felt good. I'm not going to lie. Kenny can now mimic Dr. Scholl's new kick factor mode.
That's super scary.
Get hype.
Yeah.
Kenny can now fire or place multiple spirit bullets on the screen at the same time.
It's very scary.
Other balance adjustments to characters' base stats have carried over to Kenny.
Mark Band stance is significantly worse.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
The Baz stance has been removed. Kenny has no rope.
That's how it is.
That's fair.
If you want to be a great Baz,
Yeah.
you have to have rope. Period. If you don't have rope, you can't be on the Baz tier list.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That checks out. Yeah.
So Kenny, as I noted, if we're going to talk technically instead of storyline-wise, he's out of memory.
Yeah.
We couldn't
Not
fit
even
the
a
new stuff
rope.
on
Not
there.
even a rope.
We couldn't fit the new frames of him
Yeah.
swinging around, so he doesn't have a Baz stance.
And I'm gonna take this up with the art team.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is I was about to say something real bad. Never mind. The base cost of Spirit Bullet homing is increased by 50%.
That's a big deal
Wow.
because he has a lot of Spirit Bullet buffs in this list, but it is much, much more expensive than it was before to fire your initial one off. So you're going to have to play legit more often.
Well, that's a
with Kenny.
handful. Let's see him in action.
Yeah. Let's do that. Putting multiple Spirit Bullets out sounds crazy, but the meter drain on it, if you do 2 air ones, is so fast
Yeah.
that they both dissolve almost instantly.
Okay.
The main use for that is just to prevent yourself from dying or to do a neat little trick.
Yeah.
The ground ones don't drain your meter. They have a duration. So putting 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 ground ones out in a row can be super legit for holding the line if you can get the space. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my God, I couldn't get away from that. Scoot back into the corner. Well,
It's
depending on what stance I
broken.
get. Yeah, scoot back. Okay. So I'm trying to hold the line, right? Just imagine. I want to waste some time. Get 2 of those out. Now
Okay.
what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Right? You're probably going to lose the game if there were 5 seconds left
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
did that. And that's pretty cool. Being able to cancel a kick at any time into bullet as well is pretty nuts.
Wow, yeah.
Because he gets some legit mix-ups.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it costs a lot more, and you got to get in a good stance to get the meter. Otherwise, you're going to struggle. You're just going to have to play legit fundamental Kenny more of the time. And S-kill stance is vastly improved, just because not teleporting. The teleport stance with Kenny was horrible because he couldn't parry, and now you don't have to teleport anymore, so you don't have to worry about that. That kind of thing, yeah. Kenny's very, very good. You can do air bullet. Oh man.
Oh wow.
And then ground bullet. That's pretty neat, right?
Yeah. That's fun.
I can't believe that worked out perfectly first
Yeah.
try. That was fantastic. But again, the meter cost is heavy. If you're doing that, you're not getting kick factor. If you get kick factor and you get the right stances, you could win a lot of rounds.
Yeah.
And the other interesting thing about Kenny hit rematch is that if you do Spirit Bullet, you can cancel it before it comes out and spend nothing, which gives him some really gross tricks in certain stances.
Yeah.
You can't do it forever. We tried that. It didn't work. But I'm going to get some meter to try this. Whoa, I'm in stream stance. Okay, so I could kind of... Yeah, I can't cancel on that stance. This is a bad example. Bad example.
Yeah.
Horrible stance. For this example, at least. Ah, that was so scary.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
really fast.
Leave me alone. Oh, God. Okay. So I could, like, kick, cancel, kick, that kind of stuff, and just kind of stutter step myself, and that
Yeah.
turns him around.
Okay.
So if I kick over you in certain stances, I can start the Spirit Bullet, which turns him around, cancel
Wow.
it before it comes out, and zigzag. Hold on. Come towards me a little. Okay. So I can do that.
Oh, okay.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
It gives him a lot of tricks that only Scholes has access to all of his
So
stances.
is this the best Shoals? Is Kenny the best Shoals?
No, because Flight's still ultimately better.
Okay.
And I don't know, maybe he is the best Scholes. Oh, crap.
The best Shoals in the world!
Well, Kenny's the best character in the game.
Sorry, Chase.
One of the jokes we had in the playtest a couple weeks ago was that every character is the best character in the game now. We couldn't decide.
Yeah.
We just kept saying everyone's the best, except for Jafele. Jafele's terrible. If you look at what Jafele got compared to what everyone else got, it's kind of a joke, right?
Well, that's what it should be, though.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That was tricky.
Yeah, so you only get 1 spirit bullet per jump, but you can use that to turn around and do some really fancy stuff if you're a high-level Kenny, or if you're just mashing.
I've never seen a high-level Kenny.
Heroes is probably the closest we've got.
Okay.
Heroic Legacy. East Gold as well.
East Gold, yeah.
East Gold's pretty good.
I haven't seen East Gold play in a long time.
See the turnaround? Come at me, come at me. Come at me again. So I can do the turnaround there.
Yeah,
it's
Trixie.
pretty good.
Trixie.
Yeah. And that's it. That's Divekick.
That is the
Edition.
edition in a wrap.
Let's hear it for Edition, everybody. Do we have any questions about Kenny?
I saw one question. Is Kenny in random select?
He's supposed to be. We fixed that like 4 times now. I'm pretty sure Hero said he got him once. Yes, he is. I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
We're going to put that in the books.
That was in a change list, like a fixed list before, and might not have actually gotten fixed.
I mean, we have QA find out. That's easy. That's easy to find out.
Yeah.
Then another thing, and I can't see the stream, so I don't know, but a lot of people were asking to see the Kenny missiles.
Oh, that's hard. We got to get stream stance. Here, take this. We got to play until we get stream stance, which we now will not get.
So keep throwing questions out while they're trying to do that, Ron.
Yeah, if there are any other general questions, we'd like to take those now.
Yeah, there was what was that one?
I have to win this one. Scoot back, scoot back. General questions would be good. What stance you got?
In the Army, my name is John.
Will these changes be posted on the forums?
They will. As soon as the show is over, I'm going to go post the entire change list on the forums.
Make sure you remember to add the Markman.
Yeah, I got to add the Markman thing.
So divekick.com.
We didn't get the stance, so it doesn't matter.
Here's another question. Are S-skills jumped as fast as his old teleports?
The old teleports had startup. You were grounded for 9 frames before you started moving up. So technically speaking, his jumps are much, much, much faster than they used to be because there's no startup anymore to worry about. Which is why we feel he might be a better character overall. He doesn't have the same weaknesses as old S-skill. He lost some of the strengths too, but that's how it goes.
So if you want to, just to recap, some people might have missed the beginning of the show. I'll talk a bit about that stuff while you guys are trying to get this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we did confirm that we are doing PS4 and Xbox One version. We did not give a date. We did announce that there's going to be some new content with the new versions. We're going to do some stuff like at least 1 new character, at least a background.
Yeah.
We'll get more details like this as we get closer to launch.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh God, don't screw up.
This is going to be pressure.
Question, will
here comes the
PS4
arrows.
crossplay with Vita and
Now they're gone.
PS3?
Yeah,
I'll lose the
PS4
stance.
will cross-play with PS3 and Vita, assuming it's technically possible.
Oh, I'm so fast. Wow. Oh, jeez. I'm questioning whether or not Kenny got the kick factor decreases from the other characters. That was really, really fast.
That was scary.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's so fast. I'm gonna look at that tonight. Oh boy.
But also, we're gonna. If you want to play this for the, when do I get my hands on the edition?
Yeah.
It's gonna be probably early Marchish. Probably. It's basically we're submitting to Sony really soon.
Yeah.
And then the changes go live. We'll put them on live at Steam and PSN all at once.
Yep.
But we're not. Even if we get approved, we're not gonna put them live before SCR.
Correct. We're definitely going to wait till SCR. We want SCR to be the final tournament. It's got
SCR
a lot of the heavy hitters.
Yeah, version 1.1.
Yep.
A goodbye house party.
Yeah.
To Divekick 1.1.
It's going to be really fun.
Some heavy hitters there. $500 pot bonus.
Yeah.
At SCR.
And prizes, plush prizes for top 8.
And Saturday and Sunday, this will be there, so you can check it out.
Absolutely.
Find a new character.
Come play with us. Try all the characters. We're going to put up a new poll tonight as well concerning what you thought about these balance changes.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how many people changed their main.
Yeah, you know what was
Based on
interesting
this.
on the original poll? Because I could see the individual results.
Yeah.
I could see who people's main character was, but also who they wanted to see changes for the most.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were like, oh, I main dive, I want to see what changed with my character. But there was a huge group of people who were much, much more interested in someone else.
Yeah.
They were, I play Redacted, but I want to see what changed with S-Skill.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because they're scared of S-Skill.
Yeah,
but
makes
then there were a
sense.
bunch of people who, I play S-Skill, but I want to see what changed with Mr. N. So that's somebody who wants to be a Mr. N player, but just couldn't do it.
Definitely makes sense.
Just needed more strength.
Yeah. Strength.
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 Yeah.
So I think that's it.
That is.
If you guys have questions, the best place is Divekick forums, of course. Second best place is Twitter. There's at Divekick Game is your go-to source.
Yep.
At I2the for Iron Galaxy. Those go straight to Jafali, so you can troll him on there. That's pretty sweet. Individually, Ramon, you're at Crazier, right? Mike O'Connor's at Programmeur, right?
Programmeur.
Programmeur. This is the Keats, and I'm Joseph J. Brony. My favorite pony is pork chop applesauce. I think that's all we got, right, fellas?
That's it.
So
the show.
hope you guys like the new set. This is only a fraction of the set hotness that we're going to be bringing to you.
There's more we finished and just we had some technical
had some
difficulties.
We ran out of memory.
There will be
we
more.
ran out of
Yeah,
memory.
the set's out of it.
It's a buffet. I should be able to put in whatever I want.
Never use the word buffet.
Oh,
Ever.
It's a smorgasbord of assets.
I've said that. Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for hanging out.
We need to get Ramon on camera before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, buddy.
This guy's been dressed up all night because we had a whole bit planned and
Yeah,
it
we had
failed.
an amazing bit.
This is really comfortable.
It was pretty great.
Super comfortable.
So
Yeah.
Ramon is
Ramon,
the,
thank you for your help tonight. You were wonderful.
Ramon is the first traveling newsie was going to be the bit. So yeah, cool. Thanks everyone for watching. Get at us, let us know what you think, and until next time, which we're not even sure when that is. I'd say 3 weeks. Would you say 2 weeks?
Soon.
Well, I think guaranteed.
It's at some point.
Post SCR, we'll do
Yes.
one. We'll do SCR recap.
The plan's to do these more regularly, but there's some. We're not even done building.
We're not
yet.
on the
There's
regular.
some stuff
Yeah, we're not
going
on the
on.
regular schedule. Of
We'll
like
get
week-
there, though.
Yeah, we're not in that weekly cadence we used to be. But
We will be.
Watch the Twitters.
Oh,
Clyde Pickles. Clyde Pickles is climbing in.
all right.
It's Ellen Muse.
Hot Wheels.
Jesus Hot Wheels. This is at She's house.
You gonna get Chase in here?
She's.
Oh, here comes Chase.
Oh, sorry.
You guys see our audio guy who can't find our traffic
cold
copter
outside.
cam.
You know, not my fault.
Just bring it in.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Peace.
We are Iron Galaxy-ish.
Mighty Galaxy. Mayor Colors never run. All right.
Baz.